Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Codex Legendarium, and happy Pride Month. We are back. Before we get started into the recap, Justin, any announcements for the channel?
Still working on a link aggregate to use because of Linktree and I think Card as well getting into NFTs, if that's still a thing. I don't, you know, if anyone knows of any other ones, that'd be cool. Let me know. I'm not so savvy on that front. Um, I have a migraine, so I can't think right now.
Fair.
I think we got some other stuff. Etsy stores people have. Uh, there's those. Those exist.
Um, yeah, you can find my Etsy shop at the Cozy Corvidier, like Corvid plus deer. On well, Etsy shops are all on Etsy.
Mm-hmm. All right. And jump into the recap. Also, before we get started, before I forget, we will be taking next Sunday off, as a few of us will be gone, and a three-person party with no DM is a little hard to run a session for. So no game next Sunday, but we should be back the Sunday after that, especially because I am now on summer break, so I am just so much time, so much free time now. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, I'm so relaxed. Just all the tension just vanished from my life. Okay, not all of it, but a lot of it. Anyway, so last week, the Monty, everyone woke up and found that Monty had already gone into the sort of a back sitting room behind closed doors to meet with his mother, who had come in to see him, which we didn't get to see that scene happen. So we'll be starting with that today to see how that went. And everybody else hung out, talked, kind of got the lay of the land a little bit. Both Tedros and Princess both kind of went out and had their own little morning adventures into the city before coming back, crossing back over the bridge. It was they did notice that crossing that bridge was monitored. There was the only bridge in and out of that district. There were guards posted, but they remembered them leaving, so they let them come back in. I also remembered the name of the bridge because I kept forgetting what it was called. It was in my notes and underlined the whole time. I needed to bold it apparently so I could see it. It is Titan's Crossing is the name of the bridge. But yeah, and they all went shopping and picked up some very nice clothes and designed their outfits for the various soirees and parties that they're going to be attending throughout the season as they make their way over. They determined that, it was determined a while ago, Clawborn Manor, where Dieter von Stark lives and is hosting all these parties, is its own island actually off the coast. So you do need to take a ship out there. It's not just in the neighborhood with where all of you are now. But yeah. The tailor, the clothier, who you all spoke to, who you all got your clothes made by, spoke to all of you, but at the very end was particularly took particular note of Yule's last name and was like, that sounds very familiar, and was like, I think I've heard of a circus with that name before. And it sounded familiar, seemed to ring a bell, but couldn't really exactly put his finger on why. So that is where we left off there. So yeah, rewinding quite a bit. Oh, also at the end of the session, Viktoria was hanging out in the garden and fell backwards through a portal. Oh, and also Tedros finished his gun. Just some other important things that happened.
Nice.
So we're gonna start actually that morning. We ended last week at the end of the day. We're gonna flash back to the morning of Monty waking up in the morning to a knock on his door. This is very, very early, crack of dawn.
Oh, gross.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You go and open the door.
Yeah, wearing
All
night
right.
clothes.
Yeah, you can see one of the servants is standing there and says, Hello, sir. The guests should be arriving shortly. So if you would like to freshen up, food will be delivered to where you are going to be meeting. The lady of the house has put together a private room for the two of you to meet.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
I will wait just down the hall for you, so I can show you where to go.
I'll need someone to look after Oscar.
All right.
If that's all possible.
We will do our best.
You just set an animal loose in here for him, and he'll be fine.
Oh dear. Yeah, he just goes down the hallway, just like wide-eyed, and like, how the hell are we supposed to? Oh boy.
All right.
All right.
Get dressed, I guess.
Okay.
In the clothes that I'd be wearing, I guess, which are just the stuff, my underclothes.
Yeah. Yeah, the pants and the flowy white shirt.
Yep, and the boots.
Yeah, yep. All right, yeah. And then when you step out of the room and go down the hallway, you can see that servant waiting for you, and he inclines his head and then leads you down basically to a room just kind of like behind the library, where he opens the door, and it's just kind of like a nice private little sitting room, receiving room. There's a fireplace, there's some like smaller bookshelves, there's a desk like against one wall, and then just like some chairs and couches and stuff in there. It looks like just a place for some nice, more quiet private meetings. There's no windows, so no like ability to be spotted from the outside.
All right. Also, my mother hasn't seen me since I got savaged by a werewolf. So, yeah, so that's going to be fun. I'll find a place to sit.
Okay. Yeah, you wait a little bit. I assume it's like it's probably one of those things where like you're sitting there and just probably like shifting a little bit, maybe like sit in one chair, try a different chair, just because like you're anxiously waiting and just I really don't have anything to do.
Picking
but also
picking at the grimy sailor hands that he hasn't really cleaned.
Find a letter opener and just start like cleaning out under your nails with it.
Oh,
and,
for
like,
sure.
Looking,
with a letter opener, picking at it with a letter.
Licking it into the fireplace.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and then a little while later, you can hear a pair of voices. Just you pick them up from like downstairs, basically, because of your hearing, and you definitely recognize one of them. It's hard to tell what they're saying at the distance, so you can just like recognize the voice and hear the muffled speaking as they make their way up the stairs. The other one, of course, is Lady Stanway, your host. Up the stairs and then to the door, and then just outside the door you hear Lady Stanway's voice just say, he's in there, and if you need anything, of course, just let someone know, but we'll make sure you have privacy. And then the door opens, and standing in the doorway you see a face you have not seen in years, your mother.
Howdy. Oh, I mean, right. Wrong voice. Hello, mother.
Before you get like to that hello, she has already crossed the distance, like rushed over to you and just like fallen onto you in a hug. Just like wraps her arms around you and just like kind of collapses onto you.
Sorry.
I don't know if you
smell.
She just doesn't say anything, just like kind of holds you for a second, for a few minutes, just
Fair.
Tightly. You can definitely feel like just the shaking of just crying from the reunion. Lady Stanway has just shut the door behind you and closed it, or behind her and closed it, and then after like a few minutes, she eventually pulls back. You can see just like tears streaming down her face, and she just reaches up and just runs her fingers along the scarred side of your face. She just says, What has happened to your face?
Werewolf.
What sort of trouble have you been getting up to?
All sorts.
I'm sorry. Lady Stanway didn't tell me that it was you until I arrived at the house. I suspect she didn't want to arouse suspicion.
Oh, I see. Um,
What are you doing here?
I think I'm here to kill someone.
Sully, what is this about? And she just like sits down next to you, either in the chair, and if you're on the couch, like right next to you, if you're in a
Okay.
chair, just like on the chair right next to you, or like scoots it even closer.
I'm sure you know. Um, it's about Dita.
Sully, he's the head of the Navy. How
Great.
what do you think you're just going to stroll right up to the head of the Navy?
Oh
and kill him?
no, of course not. I have some friends. That's the first time I've called them that. Friends who are here to help. I think one of them is trying to get courted by him, but am I aware that they got sucked through a portal?
No, because that hasn't actually. That
Oh,
happens
okay,
like later tonight. This hasn't.
Okay.
That hasn't
Okay,
happened
okay, okay.
yet. Yeah,
I believe one of them wants to court him for, I don't know actually why.
Court him? Are you here to kill him or court him? I'm confused.
Maybe a bit of both. My
Where have you
heart
been?
just sank because I saw someone's ear fall off, and anyways, I'm fine.
What?
Don't worry about it. Continue, please.
Where are you seeing yours falling off? Anyway,
Don't worry.
what? Right. Wait. I think unless we're going to be interrupted again like last time, I think we have some catching up to do.
Yeah, a lot's happened since then. It's been a busy, how many years? 2 years. 3 years.
Years as Ben was gone from home, but yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Go over everything in detail.
Okay, so yeah, you sit down and you just go over so just like summary. It's like so you left, you went with your crew. They had the whole thing, the werewolf attack. You just tell her everything basically. Yep. So you go over the werewolf attack. You go over the leaving the crew. You go over finding the.
I don't go over
hunter.
the tattoo thing. I don't go over yet.
Okay, well you had that last time.
Yeah, I didn't tell her what I've been hearing from it.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna leave
so
that
you're
out for now.
Yeah. So you're starting with just events after the last time you saw her.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah. So the werewolf attack, the leaving, the meeting up with the blood hunters, the training to control your wolfiness, so that you don't have to worry about the curse anymore. The monster hunting, the finding your way south into the tundra, the hunting for some kind of snow creature, the finding a group of people. Making your way to a ruin, killing a Yorian noble, fighting a troll. Yeah, you did. It was you and Galina both Eldritch blasted him at the same time. Killing a Yorian noble, taking over the place, leaving, getting politically outmaneuvered into having to let all the Yorians go, and then going and like making peace with the Queen of Svaruk, going to a mountain, running away from a witch, stealing back the Queen's son from the witch, getting back, getting a bunch of renown, and deciding you want to come back here and kill Dieter, and doing so in a flying ship.
Yep.
That all okay. That takes up a good assuming you're going into detail about all of this and like really telling the story, this is gonna, for the sake of making sure we don't, because we basically have already established that Monty has to fill up a whole day with this. That takes a good chunk of the day.
Cool.
At some point in here, like refreshments are brought in, food and refreshments are brought in. Like you can eat breakfast, you can eat lunch in here. Like you just can everything is brought in that you need. Bathroom breaks happen. At some point in the morning, you can hear the rest of the party like talking and then leaving, and Lady Stanmay can tell you that they went out to go get outfits, but she's like, we can get you sorted out. Don't even worry about it.
Nice.
But yeah, so at the very end, your mother has been sitting there in just like rapt attention. She's been asking questions, like clarifying questions and things, but for the most part, she's been an excellent audience. For the most part, her questions have been very like just clarifying on things, not really necessarily like big reactions to things. And at the very end, she just says, "So you came here to finish things because of me?"
Partially. I'm gonna show the tattoo and focus the warlock magic, but not fully. And because when I do that, the tentacles on the arm kind of writhe. I'm gonna do that. I met someone, you could say, after the mutiny. I drowned and woke up on a beach, Tiburon, and a voice spoke to me while I was living in the jungle for 2 years, and it said curse before I was cursed with lycanthropy, father, and then vengeance.
He like almost flinches at the mention of father,
Yeah,
but
so that's partly why I'm here. I feel like whoever gave me this tattoo is a guiding force currently.
and she goes to say something, and then notices your other arm because it's the arm with the anchor wrapped around it is your other arm, not the one with the tattoos, right?
Claw scars
Yeah.
on it, yeah.
Yeah, well, and the anchor scars.
And the anchor from the chain.
Yeah, yeah. And she sees the tattoo, and she's reacting then. And then she takes her other arm, and she just like takes that forearm in her hands and just like gently brings it closer, and is just like running her fingers over all of the scars, and just like, what have you been doing? What has been happening to you? This all seems so dangerous.
It's incredibly dangerous, but I've got a hold on it rather, and some people that are helping me along the way.
Yes, well, it very much seems. And then her fingers stop as they get to that part where the scars form words.
Yeah.
And when she gets to that, you can see she stops, and there's a strange look on her face as she looks at that part, and she slowly runs her fingers over it. And then she finally says, "Where did you find these words?"
I don't remember. These are the ones that appeared on the
These are the ones.
right?
These are the ones that just appeared. Yeah, you're not sure. You were never sure if they were like, if they just appeared all at once, or if just the scars were gradually forming them the whole time.
Oh right, I had to go back through my notes. They sort of just appeared on my arm.
You can see that puts a very puzzled look on her face, and she says, "I've heard these words before."
Where?
Not exactly. Not exactly these. Not exact wording, but the more ancient than ancient secrets, things like that. This all sounds like things your father was talking about before he vanished.
So Papa is my patron?
I don't know about that, but
That'd be
he.
fun.
There were things before he vanished. There were things that he wasn't telling me. There were things, something strange was happening. He was very interested. He was very interested in Dwindale to the south.
Dwindale.
We both were. Well, I was part of a political group that was advocating for the improvement of Dwindale to its You may have heard me talking about it, but it's all mud and muck, and the buildings and the streets and everything just sinks into it, and the people there are just constantly having to rebuild, and it is a travesty that our own citizens have to deal with this sort of thing. So I was part of a coalition that was advocating for improving infrastructure there, digging down and improving things. Your father was also interested, but it always seemed like he was interested for a different reason. Obviously, he was interested for the same reasons I was, but there always seemed like something more. He would visit, and it always seemed like he was looking for something.
Is there like a bowl of water in here, like any sort of like liquid in here?
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's like probably like a finger bowl, yeah.
I'm gonna look into the finger bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mother, just 1 second.
Yes.
Did you speak to my father as well?
The bowl just kind of rumbles and says, answers.
Audibly?
Just you.
Okay. I rejoined my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that was interesting.
I don't know what he found, but he was especially he always supported my political endeavors. He always supported what I was trying to do for people, but this time it seemed like he had another stake in things, an additional stake in things. And, well, I was part of, we called ourselves the Sprout faction, as you may remember from back when I was, back when you were younger. There was factions sprouted up around certain issues, and we would form together into sort of coalitions and work together for different issues. And the Sprout faction, we believed in improving the quality of life in Dwindale and public works, things like that. It all involved digging down and fixing things. Our opponents were the Realist faction, and well, we were doing very well against them until, well, anyway.
No, until when?
Well, there's like it's like a cross between guilt and just a pained expression on her face when she says, until I was removed from the nobility.
Right.
It was very conveniently timed for them. But,
do you think that might be part of the mutiny, or that could be something completely separate?
what do you mean?
Well, the mutiny occurred. I was blamed for it. And then our family name was dragged through the mud, and then you were revoked of your nobility.
Well, if that's the case, no, that couldn't be the case because it was the Scarlet Skin Carvers who
Right,
did the
but
mutiny.
Who says they're not under the pay of this faction you speak of, or under the pay of some nobles? Dieter is currently in the process of gaining nobility, from what I gather.
He's been a noble.
Well, right. Dieter is a noble now, and the Scarlet Skin Covers were obeying him on the ship. So it's not ridiculous to think that the Skin Carvers have integrated into noble society here on Titan's Grave.
Why would... I suppose it's possible, but why would... That seems like so much risk. It was just a simple public works project. It wasn't.
Unless
it wouldn't
there's
have even
something... been. When I was speaking in that finger bowl, I was speaking to my patron.
All right.
And I asked them if they ever spoke to Father in regards to this whole Dwindale thing, and all they said was answers. I have a feeling a lot of this is tied to Dwindale and something Father was looking for there. And maybe that's why he disappeared.
Oh, well, the leader of the faction was Lord Chaswell Mumbleton.
Actually, in character last.
Yes. Well, he's yes, he was a bit of a
Was.
well, back when you remember him, he was probably a bit. He's come into some luck over the years.
Interesting.
He's been doing much better. His mercantile endeavors have been more profitable than ever. He even made an. You may remember that his manor was. No one ever wanted to go there. The lagoon that it was beside was always just horrible smelling. It seemed to collect all of the dead fish and trash from along the coast. He earned enough money to have some. He earned enough money to have rocks towed in to redirect the flow and even make that much more pleasant area. But he was the head of the Sprout faction, and the most staunch opponent to our. Or he was the head of the realist faction, the most staunch opponent to us Sprouts. But what
boy?
What could possibly be down there that they would be that the nobility would be so eager, other nobles would be so eager to keep hidden that they would cause a mutiny on the flagship of the navy?
It could have something to do with the words that appeared on my arm and the words that Father spoke of.
Maybe. I still have in the main house. I'm not. I don't know if you've heard. I'm living in the guest quarters now because it's just easier to manage with the money we have left. But your father's journals and writings and things they're still in the main house. I can look through them. I could see what I could find. See if I could get any more details. I've left them closed for the sake of his privacy, but if you truly think that maybe the things he was talking about and the reason for the mutiny and all of the things, all of the misfortune befalling our family, if you think all of those are connected, then I could certainly take a look.
Starting to. Interesting. As long as you're not going to be putting yourself in danger.
No. It's the house isn't dangerous. It's a little dusty, of course, but I'm not forbidden from going in there. I just haven't because it's been too difficult to just keep clean and well maintained.
All right. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Just seeing you has made me much better. Even though it is quite the risk of you being here, but...
So that's the interesting thing.
Yes, what?
Lady Stanway brought it to my attention when I spoke with her yesterday?
Yeah, that would have been the day before.
The last time I was here, Dita was very threatening about the whole situation. But Lady Stanway brought up some input on if he truly believed I was here or something along those lines, why didn't he do anything in the first place?
Well, he wouldn't have been able to tell you were actually in the house.
But he said people saw me. He had information I was in the city, and I was being very secretive about it. But he didn't. She goes to like. Yeah, she goes to like try and contradict, like basically, you can tell she's about to be like, you can see the mom look on her face of just being like, well, honey, are you sure about that? But like, she thinks about it, and then she's like,
Actually, I hardly recognized you when you first came to the door myself.
Exactly.
How would anyone have recognized you?
Exactly. And I was using an alias as well. Like I said.
The other thing that Lady Stanway pointed out was that in any of the places where Dieter was known to have hung out, basically, he would have had to have left those places in order to get to your mom's house. When he did, he would have had to have left those places before you got off the ship.
Right. I'm gonna bring that up as well.
Yeah, that gets another pause out of your mom. She's like, no, that makes sense. Unless he happened to be somewhere else closer by, but yes, if he was at Fort Keystone, he would have had to have taken a boat, and that he would have been farther away than you were at the boat, and he arrived shortly after you did. He would have had to have either left at the same time or before you did, and made as much haste as you did when you made your way over. Or if he was at his own manor, he would have had to take even longer.
Yeah.
And at that point, the finger bowl over to the side rumbles again.
Oh boy!
And you hear one more word: enemy.
Audible?
Just to you. Just to you.
My patron just said enemy. One minute. One moment. I'm gonna walk over to the door and just press my ear against it.
You don't hear anything.
Interesting. Wonder what that's for.
I mean, if we were speaking of Dieter, which seems redundant. Of course, he's your enemy.
Lady Stanway.
Oh no, she wouldn't, and she didn't know you were there that night either. I didn't tell her anything. I wouldn't have had time to.
Are we positive?
Certainly, yes. If he would have had to leave before you, based on what you're outlining here, he would have had to have sprung into action, so to speak, before you were sighted off your ship. And if you were still on your ship in a harbor, he would have had to know you were there without being able to see you. Either he would have had to know what the ship you were on was ahead of time when it docked or came into harbor, in which case, why would he not just arrest you as the ship came into harbor?
Right.
Or what? I don't know. Otherwise, there's no way he would have been able to really know you were there. It's like magic.
We don't say the M word. No. Just because I'm anxious. Can I do an insight check to see if this is actually my mom?
Go ahead, yeah.
21.
Yeah, that's your mom.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no. That is your mother.
I just wonder who the enemy would be, because Dieter's too obvious, we know that. Unless there has to be someone here.
Unless it's an enemy we don't know about yet, or you don't know about yet.
Or someone that knows me?
Maybe. I don't know. It seems your patron is very cryptic, and it's
annoyingly so.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell she's thinking.
Cadence, maybe? I doubt it.
She takes your arm again, and then her fingers like circle around the word answers, where it's written in the scars, and she says,
"All right."
Yeah, because the words on your arm, just again to remind you of what it says.
I haven't written
is,
down. In a place
yeah.
more ancient than ancient, answers ye shall find, where those who came before sank beneath the brine.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps your patron is. Have you ever considered that your patron may? It seems your patron is trying to help you. Yes, based on the stories you told me.
It seems like it, guiding me, like I said. One time we were on the bridge fighting the witch, hag, whatever she was, and it gave me a vision of when Father and I went cliff diving, I believe, fishing.
He was cliff diving, yeah.
Cliff
he was
diving,
teaching you how to swim, yeah.
Teaching me how to swim, and for some reason I felt like the right thing to do was to leap off the side of a bridge and plummet to my demise. And as I fell, my patron conjured a tentacle that ensnared me under a bridge and kept me safe.
I suppose that answers the question. If your patron asked you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
Of course. That is partially because there was a time when I believed my patron was Father.
Is it... I don't know much about magic or any of the things happening with you, but is it possible that if your patron is trying to help you, is it possible that your patron isn't cryptic because it wants to be, but is cryptic because it has to be?
Didn't think of that.
Perhaps, and her fingers go around the word answers again. Perhaps this is its way of trying to communicate with you better. If perhaps there's something keeping it from that.
What if my patron is trying to tell me where it is?
Perhaps.
Under Dwindale.
It does say she's looking over the letters again. It does say beneath the brine.
And that's
Dwindale
very
is
much
sinking beneath the mud and the water of the bay.
Shit. Right. Interesting. Okay. That's a lot to take in.
Yes.
I wouldn't feel right with you gathering up Father's notes, but I think it's the only way we can figure things out. Especially to figure out if everything is connected.
It probably will arouse less suspicion if I gather up the information I can and write you a summary and then send it to Lady Stanway. She and I correspond all the time. It wouldn't arouse any suspicion for her to receive just another letter from me.
That makes sense. Right. Do you think I should go to this courtship thing that Dieter's doing? My friends, almost said associates, my friends are going, if I'm not to be mistaken. I just don't want to, you know.
Right. It seems there's something going on here. I would say that the safest course of action would be to get as much information as possible before confronting him.
I agree. And as I said to Lady Stanway, if he is indeed part of the Scarlet Skin Carvers, he would have the brand that they sear onto themselves.
True.
Unless he removed it by magic. Or other means that I'm unfamiliar with of removing a massive brand.
I suppose if he... There are ways, I suppose. He could have covered it up. He could have... I suppose if he had... I don't remember any stories, but there could be... It would be fairly easy for someone in the Navy to explain away an injury that left a scar large enough to have covered up a brand or removed it.
Has anyone at least mentioned any suspicions in him rising to power so quickly?
No, it was... His rise to power was largely thanks to him, she does air quotes, stopping the mutiny.
But isn't it? But no.
He was one of the. He was one of the. Despite being lowborn, despite being a commoner, he was one of the highest-ranking people left on the Orchid after the mutiny, and he had shown his loyalty, so to speak, to everyone by defeating you and preventing a true mutiny and getting the ship back. So he was rewarded with becoming a captain, and captains of the Orchid just sort of become nobles. That's how it's done. That's how it happens.
Did anything happen to Father's name and legacy in the Navy when this happened, or no?
With your father being officially dead, technically nothing happened to my legacy either. I was just removed from nobility for being associated with a traitor, but your father's name was largely left untarnished. He was already gone by the time it happened, so he was gone before you even joined the Navy, so his legacy is untouched.
At least that's one positive. I don't know what to do.
Well, if it's I'll see what I can find out. Perhaps these are things you should speak to your friends about. It seems like they're much more well versed in this adventuring and danger and magic and things like that.
Right. True. I also think one of them might be in a cult. So that's a thing.
Oh dear. Right. Well, we've had 3 meals in here, so I can only assume it's getting late.
Yes, I should probably find them.
So I should be getting home. My visits with Lady Stanway do have a tendency to run late, but too much later and it might arouse suspicion. I wish I could stay, but
I understand.
Hopefully, if you resolve all of this, then you can come visit whenever you want.
That is the plan.
Oh, I forgot to mention just the weirdest part about all of this is you and your mom probably look about the same age now, possibly you looking older.
Right, because she's an elf.
Because she's an elf, yeah. So she has barely aged in the time since...
Yeah, that's really weird.
Your entire life, she has looked like exactly the same. For the most part.
Yeah, that's weird.
Slightest bit of aging. Yeah,
she's like elf, not half elf.
Yeah, she's a full elf. Yeah. So yeah, the fact that because how old is Monty?
30.
Yeah, which like elves basically age like at like 1/5 the speed of everybody else.
I think they can live
so
like 750, 900, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Then it's okay. Then it's like 10. They slow 10. They age 10 times slower, which means that Monty's entire like 30-year life is the equivalent of like 3 years of aging for her.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, she gives you a hug and then gets up to go, which is as that door is opening and they're getting up to go is about where you all are at the end of the day, with Tedros walking out into the back courtyard just in time to see Viktoria just like look you in the eyes and then just grab her cards and then roll herself backwards through a portal before it just shuts. And just for the sake of reminding everybody character knowledge versus player knowledge and everything, the twins never mentioned that anything bad happened when they went through these portals. They were just like, yeah, we went through portals and then we came back. It was fine.
Galina did tell me they saw a bunch of like watery places though, and Titan's Grave.
Yeah. Yeah, and Viktoria briefly went over her places, never in much detail, but they seemed more earthy. So yeah, that's where we're picking up. So Monty and his mom are exiting that sitting room. Tedros, you walked out into the yard just in time to see Viktoria vanish.
Yeah. He is. Hey. Better. He is kind of clawing at like the twisted portion of the bark where she is, just to see, and kind of slams a fist on it, and he's just tired.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the tree that she was leaning up against, the bark. It's as if someone grabbed a piece of. It's like if you have a napkin and you grab it in the middle, like pinch it in the middle, and then twist, how it kind of like twists into like kind of like spiral pattern. That's what the bark of the tree looks like in a oval pattern, right where she was sitting, basically. Like someone grabbed the bark and then just like twisted it in like a big spiral. Like the back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Nice.
Yeah. What time is it? What time of the evening? I know it was late, but I don't.
It's late. It's like it's dark. It is like approaching bedtime, basically.
Yeah. Tedros is going to. He's going to start. Yeah, he's going to start by checking to see where Princess is.
Okay. And Princess, I think, is just arriving back probably from her excursion to the taverns, right?
Yeah, I think that'll be around. And then I don't think I came back before the tree.
Yeah, you'd be arriving about the same time, and Yulyanya, I believe, is back on the ship, practicing acrobatics, so she is nowhere around at the moment. Though, was she planning on sleeping on the ship, or was she going to come back before she went to bed?
No, she falls asleep after like exhausting herself.
Okay, so Yulyanya is on. Did she tell anyone where she was going, or did she just leave?
She just dipped.
Okay, all right, that sounds right.
Did you at least do acrobatics with the monkey?
She brought the monkey.
She brought the monkey. Yeah.
I don't think
she didn't let it out of the cage. She doesn't. The monkey doesn't trust her yet. She doesn't trust the monkey yet. So
Fair.
she's just bringing the monkey around and letting it know, like, this is my life. I'm a gymnast. I'm like you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because when you all went out and went shopping, she came back. Yule came back to the room, and the monkey had gotten a little. Or the monkey's cage had been left too close to her backpack, so the monkey had like grabbed the bag and just like flung everything out of it all over the room.
Which is not great for many reasons.
Who would have seen that coming?
Not Yule. She's never met a monkey before.
Me neither.
Yeah. Okay. So Princess, you're just like arriving back to the house from the front door. Tedros, you're in the backyard, and then Monty and his mom are exiting the room on the second floor.
Fantastic. Real quick before we get started, I just want to tell you all, for those of you who are wondering which one to pick, in that, whether it's fight a monkey once a year or fight a chicken every time you get into your car,
Monkey.
fight the chickens. Fight the chickens.
Depends on the monkey.
You could
There was
die.
no
The monkey
monkey.
could kill you.
There was no monkey.
Chickens could kill you.
No, I think
A
if I
monkey
remember
will
correctly.
kill you.
No, I think if I
learned
remember
that.
correctly, the debate is not a monkey; it's like an orangutan.
Or a chimp?
Oh, we'll absolutely fight a chicken every year.
Yeah.
But it definitely depends on the monkey. There's some monkeys I could wreck. There's some monkeys you could flip.
Yeah, marmosets are like this big.
Yeah, like
Monkeys
even
that
like
you can
even a
definitely
capuchin.
wreck.
Yeah.
Chickens are also vicious, though. Those things eat mice.
That's the thing. I have a healthy fear of chickens.
Yeah,
I love them.
I grew up on a farm. I'd rather fight a monkey.
Though, there's something about the predictability of knowing, like when you get in your car, there will be a chicken in there.
Episode
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, you can get right.
Yeah,
Just make sure you have a BB gun on you every time you get in your car.
Episode 23, monkey or chicken?
Just back up 3 steps and punt it. It's fine. Please don't send this video to PETA. Okay. Moving forward.
Fuck PETA, honestly. Anyway.
Well, that's why I don't interact with them. They're bad people. Can I say that?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Fuck PETA.
Okay.
PETA.
Just want to make sure. Okay. Anyway, Tedros goes looking for people.
Okay.
Does not find people for a while, I assume, and then.
Actually, I mean, like they're all kind of like Princess is arriving through the front door, and Monty
Yeah.
and his mom are coming down. So like, if you went into the main entry hall, you'd probably find both of them in the
Yeah.
house at the same time.
Princess like coming in, well, singing, oblivious.
Monty's probably the happiest you've ever seen him.
Yeah, you see Monty standing next to. What does Monty's mom look like?
Oh, good
Is
question.
it just like
I've never
Keira Knightley as an elf?
Fuck yeah. Pirates
I'm
of the
like,
Let's go
I
full
assume-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I was like, are Monty's parents just like Keira Knightley as an elf and Will Turner or
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom as
Yep.
an orc?
Yep. Yeah, Will Turner and yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keira Knightley is
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Putting that in my notes.
Just now I need to find just a picture of Orlando, like Will Turner, and just like
Well.
Photoshop tusks onto him and just like
You know what
turn
I'm
him
drawing?
green.
I'm adding something to my drawing list this
Please.
week when
Oh, that's
I'm.
amazing. Yeah, that's Monty's dad, just Will Turner as an orc. Anyways, yeah. Oh, my mom? Yeah, Keira Knightley as an elf from Pirates
Yeah,
of the
okay.
Caribbean.
Immaculate.
Orlando Bloom and Keira Elfley. All right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This
Just,
is why they
okay.
pay me the big bucks, folks.
Mhm. You guys are getting
Yeah.
paid?
Exactly. Tedros walks in and he's like, "Oh, hi."
Oh, Sally, are these some of your friends?
Of course, yes.
Good evening.
She like comes down the stairs because both of you were on the first floor, and yeah, you see just like a woman who does not look like she's old enough to be Monty's mom, but you can see the elf ears and just like
Mhm.
you probably know how that works.
I'm an L. She's an L.
Yeah.
You get it.
So she'll say, "I just want to thank you, both of you, all of you, everyone, for helping keep my son safe and just being with him."
Of course. We're gonna do everything we can to help him.
This is my mother.
Yes, we
Yeah.
we assumed. Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Wonderful to meet
Tedros. Sorry.
Lovely to meet you. Yes, Sally told me all of your names, but
Okay.
I don't exactly have a face to go to. So Tedros, yes, and you would be. I don't want to assume.
Princess will like look at Montblanc to figure out like did he tell her like my real name? Cause like
No, he
Montblanc's
wouldn't,
the only one
he
who
wouldn't
knows.
have done real name.
Okay, all right. I was like, I believe Montblanc would have introduced me. Oh, Sullivan or would have introduced me as Princess.
Yes, that's all right. Yes. He just used names. He didn't really describe any of you. But yes, either name. I suppose it's up to him. Either name, but he'll always be my little Sully. But I understand the need for a pseudonym, given current circumstances.
Yes, names hold weight and histories. Sometimes we have to shed them.
Yep.
Are you heading out in the evening?
Yes, I'm going to be heading back home. I don't want to arouse an additional suspicion by having my visit stay too late. And, speaking, we came across a few things that are worth looking into, that information that I might have at the house that I'm going to look into for all of you in your endeavor.
Okay.
I'm sure Sullivan Montblanc can fill you in.
Yes.
Uncertain.
Of course, yes.
I hope to see all of you again very soon. And lovely meeting all of you again. Thank you for I appreciate everything you've done. It's very nice to know that my son isn't going through this world alone.
Well, safe travels this evening. And then Princess will I don't know, take her hand and do the little to the forward thing. And just cast bardic inspiration just in case she has to roll a stealth roll or something to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
She appreciates that, and then she'll head out. I mean, she's just walking out the front door and taking a boat over
Yeah, just
because
in case something happens.
right, yeah, she has it. Okay,
I don't know.
okay, all right. So she heads out. The door closes, leaving the three of you in like the main foyer.
Can Princess tell, like, because like we can clearly see like Montblanc is happy. Can Princess like tell just by looking at Tedros like mental state?
Yeah, he's very clearly agitated about something.
What's wrong?
It happened again.
You'll have to elaborate.
Viktoria went through another portal.
When was this?
Wait, what?
Probably 5 minutes about before I got to this particular spot in the house.
Well, tell us what you saw.
I saw her sitting there, and the portal opened up on the tree behind her, and she held her deck and fell backwards into it. I don't know if she was pulled or if she fell back herself. I just know that that's what happened, and by the time I got there, the tree had already, or the portal just closed up.
Ah. Victoria didn't tell you anything about the portal last time, but they seemed fine when they came back.
Yeah, and Galina told me when they got pulled through, they saw a bunch of places with water, and Titan's Grave, this place. So, who exactly knows what goes on?
I don't. That's kind of the problem. We don't know anything about what's happening there. Maybe it wasn't dangerous before. It could be dangerous next time.
Yeah, there's always that
Time after
chance.
that.
Especially if they're like randomly popping up in places. They could pop up in a not so good place, like a volcano, something
Well,
like
these
that.
things are true, but we can't go through the portal after them.
No,
No, I
but
tried.
So, what is the sense of making ourselves worry needlessly over something we can't have any control over? None, exactly. Thank you for answering my question so eloquently.
so you know that Dwindale place?
Sure,
We
the
went. I think
one
we.
that
I
stinks.
think we went through there briefly, right?
No, you never went there.
Oh.
Cadence is currently there.
The place that
It's-
Cadence is from.
The sinking place.
Yeah. Apparently, my father was doing research on that. Like, was really, really interested in that place and was doing stuff, keeping notes on that place before he disappeared, and gestures to the words that formed on his scarred up arm. Oh boy, sorry. I looked up a AI generated image of Orlando Bloom as an orc, and it threw me off. I'll show you all it.
Mhm.
What was I saying? My father was looking at this place and then shows the words that formed on his arm that say, those words. My mom saw these words on my arm and said my father spoke these same words occasionally. And we theorized together that something could be going on under Dwindale that pertains to this marks on my arm, the words, and a lot of it seems to coincide kind of along with the mutiny that I was framed for and all this Dieter stuff. So it could be a good idea at some point to go check that out. Just to get answers. Like my patron said, answers. Anyways, that's all I was going to say. As for the disappearing act, take it one step at a time. I suppose, because like Princess said, there's not really much we can do about it.
Okay.
Unless there's a way we could like research the similar phenomena that's happened before to people.
Perhaps.
That's actually it's actually not a bad idea.
I occasionally
the lady
have.
might have books. I mean, she's into all that adventuring stuff. Maybe one of them has details about.
Yeah, there's a possibility.
Yes, yes, maybe Lady Stanway's library is not the most reliable source, but certainly if you want an inkling of there's been whispers about it, maybe is there, kind of looks at Montblanc doubtfully, like, is there any place in Titan's Grave that is a library of sorts that people can go to access?
There has to be. I'm sure I went there from time to time when I was younger. A library of sorts of knowledge. As I look up into the sky, hello, voice. Is there a library of that I would know of in this city that has a repertoire of knowledge?
Not really. Public libraries are generally not a thing.
Great.
Outside of, like, people tend to have more private libraries.
More so private libraries here. My
Nice.
family, my father specifically, may have one.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
My mother's currently getting notes. Well, his research notes on Dwindale.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We could try sneaking into my old family home.
Do you think that is under surveillance in any sort of way?
Oh,
after the
100%.
Last time,
100%.
I don't think it's a good idea. Your mother seems like a very, very lovely lady. And
Yeah, she looks younger than I remember, which is weird.
maybe you're just remembering her as being older because you were younger.
Yep, that's probably it.
Is that a thing that elves?
I'm gonna
do?
die
Do
before she
elves
does of old
get-
age.
I mean, I'm probably also gonna. Magical. I don't want to think about one.
Yeah, I mean, that's really
Yeah,
depressing.
Princess gets sad. She's like, "Damn, they're gonna die before me." Damn.
Speaking of, what are all your? How'd your your shopping excursion go?
Pretty well.
Buy any more pets?
No,
No.
Lila is enough for me. I believe she should be sleeping upstairs. I left her behind for my evening's activity.
Any?
Did Tedros go up there before? So, would he have? Probably would have stayed on the first floor, just kind of running around looking to see, poking his head in doors. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you would have run into them pretty quickly because it's like the garden like looks into the main entryway, so it probably would have been like you come in from the garden, see Princess coming in through the front door, make your way over, and then like would have also seen then like Monty and his mom coming down from the tops from above.
Okay. Well, there's nothing to do about it now. Where we are. I will send a message to Yulyanya in the morning. No, well, to Viktoria in the morning, and I hope she responds.
Could you actually send one to my mom right now?
I couldn't do it right now.
Never
It's
mind.
slightly. It's not like what. It's not like what Viktoria uses, where it's kind of subtle but short range.
Right.
This is a little bit bigger magic.
All right. Thought you don't say that.
That
word.
it.
I believe we're in a safe place. Are we not?
I believe we are for the time being, but outside these walls, I don't think we are.
I assume that we aren't most times, honestly. That's neither here nor there right now.
That's probably a good idea, though.
Anyway.
Could also, if we do go to this courtship ceremony, which sounds real fucking creepy.
What? What are you talking about? What is that?
What?
What are you talking about?
I thought Victoria was going to court.
Can we not talk about that?
Yeah, that's what I said. Creepy.
Yeah.
If we do go to that whole shithole ceremony, there could.
Oh, that's the name of the event. Okay, I was confused.
Yeah,
I
I don't know
something
why.
else.
I don't know why it's been getting called that.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. He could have a private library that might have information that we're looking for, Tedros, regarding Victoria and Galina disappearing as well.
I mean,
Yes.
I'll take any information I can get. Although I'm hoping, the same way they weren't gone for too long the first time,
Yeah,
they won't be gone too long this time.
because I believe Victoria was the one who mentioned that they could be the one to do the whole, put their name forward for it.
It's a terrible idea.
I also have been putting into motion something, but maybe something better left discussed in the morning with Lady Stanway, and Yulyanya present, as a substitute for Victoria.
Yeah. I suppose I should probably also message. I was gonna say I should also send a message to Galina and let her know, but I don't.
I don't know if that would be
Do we?
wise.
The last time it happened to both of them. Do you think it would happen to Galina as well, then?
Well, that's part of my concern,
Yeah.
but Victoria
Actually,
didn't
If
really
I,
want me
sorry,
digging
if
into
I-
things with her, so I'm just gonna.
to provide clarification for last time, you would have actually seen that the portal opened and it looked like it was trying to only take one of them, but
Oh.
then it was like Galina. I think it was tried to take Victoria, and then Galina dove in to try and pull her out, and got
Yeah.
also sucked in with her.
Never mind my previous statement.
And I don't think it'd be wise. Galina has a task that she must attend to in AR, and she would come back here for Victoria pointlessly because we don't know when Victoria's coming back.
Right. I am trying to, in the spirit of being as transparent as possible. I don't want anyone to want to share the wealth of information. I just
Maybe if we can find more information on these portals, then we can give Galina something other than your sister is missing and nothing else.
yeah.
I go 1 second. Is there like a fountain in this yard? Like a.
You're just like kind of in the main entryway right now, so you'd have to like
go grab my finger bowl.
Okay. You just run upstairs, then Monty comes back down with a bowl of water.
My patron is talking to me through this. Can you provide any information on these portals that keep sucking Victoria through them? And please be audible to all my friends. I love you.
Francis is like, what the hell?
I don't know anything to help.
Okay. 2 words come through,
Oh, here we go.
echoing out, and everyone can hear them. Not natural.
Well, no shit.
It's a portal.
Well, so another thing my mother and I theorized is that my patron, his voice, might only be cryptic because it has to be.
Oh, perhaps it's trapped or there's something
Yep.
else that can hear it.
I think it might be trapped under Dwindale.
Oh.
Oh.
So we have a theory about what's under there
That's my theory.
already.
You might have a different theory. Everyone else might have different theories, but
I didn't
These
know there
words
was
appear-
a thing to have a theory about.
these
until you
words
told me.
appeared on my arm, and they're the same words my father was looking for right before he disappeared.
Okay,
I
what's
mean,
the
that's-
words again? Remind me.
You want go? You can go ahead. Yeah.
In a place more ancient than ancient, answers ye shall find, or those who came before, sank beneath the brine. And what's happened to Dwindale? Sinking.
And then
Beneath the
Princess on
brine.
stage whispers, like, it's like, and you sure you want to like your patron? Like,
Yeah, he's got no reasons to not trust them. I got a feeling that they are not bad.
We're certainly not going to be unfriendly to you.
And of course not. But also, I have a feeling my father was speaking to them as well. And I would also like answers to what happened to my father. Just, you know. But also, I want to help the people at Dwindale because my mother was helping them, and it seems like some of the nobles are prospering quite well now who were opposing the my mother's faction who was trying to aid Dwindale. Apparently there was this other faction, and you know, ever since the mutiny, things have gotten a little better for certain noble families around here. And again, just a theory. I think it's all connected.
Particularly, she mentioned that the faction was led by
Lord
at the time,
Chaswell Mumbleton.
Mm-hmm. Which that name would ring a bell for everybody.
it would? Why?
Isn't that the name of the manor we're going to?
It's not, but you
No?
feel like you've heard it or read it before.
Mumbleton? We've definitely.
I've never
encountered
mentioned Lord
Mumbleton.
Wait,
Caswell.
isn't that the one that like Dieter was visiting?
Oh yeah.
See?
You pull
Oh,
you
yeah,
pull
I
out
forgot
the,
that.
Yeah.
if
As
you
a
pull
player.
out if you pull out that newsletter that Montblanc destroyed, or used one copy of to wipe his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
If you pull out your second copy, you can see that yes, there is a mention at the very end of it about Dieter has been making frequent visits to Mumbleton Manor,
See?
some of them in secret.
See? It's all connected. It's fucking all connected. It's a conspiracy. There's a secret society. And,
A secret society.
well,
I mean, quite literally, aren't both of you part of secret societies?
What do you mean? Both? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, of course I am.
Your werewolf thing, right? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
mine's a secret
packs don't necessarily
society.
I mean,
advertise.
my pack is not a secret. It's a well-known, established pack where I'm from.
Oh,
Mine's
Oh.
yeah, mine's a secret society just to help people control it. A lot of this is kind of clicking and making a lot of sense. And I wish I fucking would have showed that. Anyway, show that to my mom or something. I'm sure I would have recalled that.
Well, maybe next time don't wipe the news.
We had an extra copy.
You didn't know that though at the time.
Well, it's fine. I don't like Lord Chaswell Mumbleton. We used to call him Fish. Anyways, he had a manor that stunk like fish all the time. It was beside a lagoon. And he was like, "Oh, no one wants to come to my manor because it smells like shit." And
yeah, that's how that goes.
he eventually got rocks to fill in the lagoon or something. He sucks.
I'm not selling you on them right
We
now.
used to call
No.
him Fish Nuts, but Lord Fish.
What your
Nuts.
mom said was he was able to he suddenly found himself prosperous enough that he was able to afford
Yeah.
to have boulders towed in to redirect the
Yeah.
flow of like the coast so that all of that like ocean trash flowed past his manor and the lagoon was left like swimmable.
Yeah. So again,
Wait a second.
it's all connected.
Wait a second. He redirected the entirety. Wait.
Yeah, he paid someone perhaps or something, but he filled it with boulders or something with boulders, redirected the flow, and now it's going elsewhere.
That's not. Is that good for the environment? I
Fuck
don't.
no, probably not.
Most definitely isn't.
So that's another reason why we have to. You know, like I said, the more time I spend here, the more I'm learning everything is connected. And I think there's more to this than just a dickhead who's trying to do some courting. Originally, I just wanted to come here to kill him, but now that's kind of not as high up on my.
So from 1 to 1.5 is what I'm getting.
Probably like third down.
There are two things above getting rid of him?
Yeah.
That's gross.
Dealing with whatever's going on in Dwindale and helping those people out. And 2, making sure my mom's safe. And then dealing with him.
Yeah, so I think maybe with Victoria's original courtship plan, perhaps that is a way into this quote unquote secret society. Find information that way.
I don't know.
It's her decision.
Yeah. If they ever come back.
She'll come back. If she doesn't, I'll go get her.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
About this time, Lady Stanway makes her way down from like the other set of stairs and just, did my guest leave already?
Yep.
Yes.
I trust you had a good meeting.
Of course, learned some very important information.
I'm going to be heading to bed, but if you need anything, you can let any of the servants know, and if you need anything tomorrow, I will be around to help you with whatever it is you need.
Yes, we should probably have a discussion tomorrow about what is happening and when it's happening and how best we can accomplish these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. Well, I'm going to head to bed.
Night.
Good night, all of you.
Good night, Lady Stanway. Thanks for all your help.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you again for today.
I endeavor to be a good host. Oh, it's nothing, dear.
All right. We head to bed.
Before we split up, I know we had talked about it earlier before with Victoria.
Yeah.
But maybe we should, now that one of her trees is a little bit different than it was before, maybe we should let her in on what's going on a little bit. Just,
Yeah, we probably should.
don't necessarily want her sitting and reading one of her favorite novels when Victoria comes spilling out of a tree. So
Yes, in the morning there'll be much to discuss.
Yep.
You both
So-
all right?
You as well.
Okay.
So y'all heading to bed?
Yep.
Okay.
something like it.
Can I find any mice?
Not in this house,
Yeah,
no.
probably not.
The place is clean.
Any fish pond? No.
Yeah, she's got a little pond with like some fish, some expensive fish swimming around.
Yeah, never mind.
It's like, there's like a pond. The garden has like a pond, and then like attached to the pond is like a system of mini canal, like just like a mini canal that runs around the perimeter, so the fish can kind of swim around. There's like little bridges that go over it.
Yeah, never mind.
So, bed or something like it for everybody then.
Yeah, bed.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Tedros' something like it?
Tedros more or less just stays up and feels like dog shit for another hour or two longer than he probably should before he passes out.
Okay. Then, all right, we get to the morning. We'll start with Yulyanya, who is the one who is not at home at the moment.
Yes, Yule wakes up amongst various fabrics and soft things and realizes that she fell asleep on the ship and is like, oh, I've got to get back to the lady's house. Okay. And she packs up all her stuff and her monkey, and she heads back to take the ferry again.
Okay. Yeah, you can make your way back. Given that you fell asleep well before everybody else, you probably get back. Like, by the time you're getting back, everyone else is starting to wake up.
Yeah. And she's been thinking real hard all night and formulating plans and doing lots of choreography. So she would probably just run and drop off her stuff and then try to find out where people are and if people are awake yet so that they can talk about everything.
Okay. Yeah, they'll probably, those of you who are lighter sleepers would definitely hear like the front door opening and closing, somebody coming in, and then like
monkey noises.
Yeah, the monkey noises are the biggest giveaway. It's like the chattering of a monkey in a cage, and just like the rattling of the bars too.
Living in a jungle for 2 years, definitely would have experiences with monkeys.
Oh, absolutely.
You hear little feet scuttling like really quickly into the room, and all sorts of things flurrying around in the room before she emerges again.
I think as he hears the screeching a little bit is when Tedros realizes he didn't hear it at all night. So he'll knock on Yulyanya's door.
He probably comes up right as she's like banging out of the door to find everybody.
Nice.
Goes to knock out and just the door just flies open right in front of you.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. I have been at the ship. I was doing lots of planning and things, and I figured everything out. So we have to go tell everybody.
Yes, we have a lot to talk about. Real quick question though.
Yes.
I may have to take a trip if you didn't. Did you feed the cat before?
No, I kind of forgot about the cat. I saw her at the beginning. I came to the ship and I petted the kitty and then I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really need to like feed Poppins, so I forget about feeding animals.
You don't have to feed Poppins?
No.
Huh. Oh. Wait, what?
Doesn't sound right.
Poppins just
We'll
is.
talk about. Okay, well, that's Poppins is Poppins. That's wonderful. We'll talk about that later.
Monty's attempting to feed Oscar like a couple doors down, so it'd just be like.
There's your hissing sounds and the sound of something slamming into furniture in there.
All right, Dad, calm down. Calm down. It's fine. I got food right here.
Like snapping at it and like scuttling at you, trying to get to it.
We got to wrestle
Sounds
again.
like Mount.
Therapy.
Sounds like Monty's up.
Do what I did the night before, then wrestle as bonding.
All right, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Yeah, Mom.
Oh, that's
Mom
dog
wants-
shit. Oh, and that's 14. 6 + 8.
Okay. You do successfully out wrestle Oscar the Komodo dragon again. Just pin him down, and you can see just like rolls over. This time he like rolls over onto his belly, and you
belly
can see his
rub.
tail just kind of like wagging. And yeah, you can tell his feet start kicking when you give him belly rubs.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him and whatever that lizard is. That's we're gonna.
You want to get breakfast?
I'm gonna fashion my rope into a leash.
Okay.
Yeah, we should probably talk. We've got a lot of things to discuss.
Well, Yulyanya will just kind of like beckon Tedros and start heading down to the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, you can head downstairs where they can be putting together breakfast for you.
Yeah. Tedros will pass by Princess's room and just give a knock and say breakfast. Leave it at that.
I will also
I think-
eventually join.
I think he
inside.
knows. I think he knows the deal by now. I think he knows.
Okay, he's sufficiently not.
It's been like a
And yells
month or two.
Princess
It's been
name.
like 2 months by now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
know what
Okay,
the
that would wake
happened.
Princess up then. Okay.
I will, yeah, I'll eventually join once I've done my morning wrestle with Oscar and given him a leash
Any questions about
Okay.
with the
All right.
Komodo dragon at the table with me.
Okay. Yeah, you can all meet up for. Yeah, you can meet up for breakfast.
Monty!
Hey,
I didn't see you pretty much all day yesterday.
no, I was talking to my mama.
was that?
Wonderful.
Aw, that's so nice.
Go over everything she told me and we talked about Dwindale and stuff. Feed Oscar a sausage.
Did she give you a hug?
Of course. Yeah, real big one, and then she
I have
cried.
to imagine a hug from a mom would be nice.
I can tell her to give you one.
I would love that.
Wonderful. She cried a lot too, though.
Yeah, I mean, I could understand you've been gone for a long time and you look
Fucked
different.
up. Yeah, fucked up.
Different.
I got fucked up. Yep.
Well,
Feed Oscar another sausage.
I've been thinking, and I have a plan.
Well, let's hear it.
So, you know how there's this competition thing to win leader's heart?
Yeah.
Or at least his hand in marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the spring bean.
Who?
Is this
Well-
a valley thing?
Yeah, in the valley, there's the spring bean, and every spring you have a bean, and the person who is the bean is the best at the dance, and so essentially all of the girls they dress up so pretty and they go and they have the spring bean competition, and in order to win the spring bean, you just have to figure out what all of the judges want, and Dieter is the ultimate judge, right?
Can we not say it like that, though? Yes, but no.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is that what we need is to find out information about him, right?
What do you need to know?
Well, it is courting, my dear, and only one of us has courted Dieter before.
Yep.
But I'm not even saying information about him. I'm saying in order for you to get close and, you know, ultimately kill him or whatever you want to do with him, then we need to be able to get information. And in order to do that, we need to be in the competition. In order to be in the competition, we need to be the best spring bean.
Why does this sound like Midsummer? Yeah.
Well, we have the fancy clothes. We've ordered them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have mine
and-
yet.
Well, you should get on that.
I should. Yep.
Okay. Well, I have a question after you're done, but please finish.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is that we have the clothes. That's you know, already 1/3 of the way to the spring bean, and then you need the lessons. So the lessons are, you know, how to act. We've already had the courtship lessons. We just need the lessons about Dieter.
Yep.
Are you gonna be okay with that?
Yep.
Where's Viktoria? What does that mean?
Another portal
Another portal?
last night.
Oh, well, that ruins everything. Now we only have 2 spring beans.
Why can't me and Tedros be spring beans?
I
I'm not a
believe
spring
the
He's
I
looking
believe
for
that
a wife.
He's looking for a
Yeah,
wife.
well, I know him a little more intimately.
Whether or not he's interested in being with someone doesn't mean that he's interested in marrying them, and vice versa. That's what we learned at the courtship lessons.
Yes, I believe he's more after power than whatever you and he had.
Is that a problem with people here? Do they have an issue with?
No.
So then why does it matter? Why is he specifically courting?
I think we figured out
Oh, for a wife.
he's trying to court someone from another noble house, ideally, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, 2 spring beans will have to do if Victoria isn't back in time. I mean, Victoria will be back. Victoria is always back. It'll be fine. But we really need all the help we can get if we're going to get anywhere in this.
We should talk to Lady Stanway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should talk to Lady Stanway about Dieter?
Not about Dieter, just I just have something to say that I don't want to repeat twice.
Okay.
And Tedros kind of prestidigitates a coin into his hand, and then makes it disappear. And he's like, "I think we should probably tell her about that too."
Oh yes, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, shortly thereafter, you will hear her moving around like nearby, so she'll be really easy to just like call over if you want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Lady
Wait,
Stanway?
where are we? Where are we?
You're in the kitchen. You're eating breakfast in the kitchen.
Okay, let's ask to move someplace else. Okay.
Yule goes to yell for Lady Stanway, and Princess is like,
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yes.
We would like to talk with you. Is there any where that we could go back to your reading room or some other place?
Yes, you're worried about privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think the room that Montblanc was in with my guest yesterday would be a good place. I will meet you up there, Montblanc. I'm sure you remember the way.
Of course.
All right. And she'll grab a muffin off the table and then just kind of make her way back upstairs.
You're not taking. Did you name your overly large friend?
Oscar.
Yeah. Awesome.
Would we know that that's his dad's
Never
name?
mentioned it was his dad's name.
No,
But you've heard
okay.
him call it Dad before, though.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's Oscar.
Yeah. All right.
Oscar, I'm just gonna let you outside and you can play around in the yard. Don't leave. On second thought,
Maybe. Yeah, that can't be good for the.
I was gonna like grab all of the
environment.
food I can and like just lead Oscar to my room and just dump all the food out. There you go.
We'll go
Okay.
upstairs.
Yeah.
You handle that. Well,
Oscar will clean it all up good.
Montblanc
Alright.
never changed. Disaster, man.
And then to the reading that where my
Mhm.
my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get up there, and Lady Stanway is in there already, just like finishing her muffin as she sits at one of the chairs.
all right. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Hello. What is it you wanted to speak to me about?
Princess had something to say.
Yes, there's this first. Oh, so Victoria is gone.
All right. Where did she go?
We should probably tell her the other thing before because it'll make more sense when we tell her.
I mean, I don't dispose it matters either way, but
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you take the reins, Tedros.
Yes. You're right, Princess. Since it all has to do with the M word, I don't like using the M word. Lady Stanley.
Jack.
Yeah, it's magic. For good reason.
It's not moves.
No, it's not moves. Yes. All right. Let's just. Yeah, and Tedros kind of opens his palm and uses prestidigitation and causes the coin to appear in his palm.
Oh,
He holds it out to her,
she reaches out and takes it.
and then he uses prestidigitation to create a new coin, and the old one disappears.
Oh, that is fascinating.
Yeah. Yes, this is one of the very basic things that I am able to do, and many of us, I would actually say, just about all of us, have something similar.
So just like a little smile curling at the corner of her mouth, and she says, "And you say you're not like the characters in my
Look,
storybooks."
look, you have to understand that this is
Wait, we
way.
can do it now?
Well, we have to explain to her what's going on.
Oh, cool. And then she'll just like cast light.
Oh, oh yes, all of you.
I can't really show up what I can do. For reasons.
It would be safer if he...
Yeah, I don't. My magic is more metaphysical, mental. Not
Alright.
good.
I don't need a demonstration. That's
Okay.
perfectly fine.
I just make things really pretty and sometimes blow things up.
Oh,
You can do that first one without magic. That also goes for Victoria and her sister Galina, who's not here. I think you probably mentioned her before. And the thing is, Victoria's not here because she went through a portal that appeared in one of your trees last night. This is unfortunately not the first time this happened. I think we didn't ask them where they came back, but we just kind of assumed that they came back to the same place that they left from when it happened the first time.
certainly seems like it. Yeah.
So there's a good chance that she may or may not kind of fall through that same tree again.
So don't go reading under trees.
All right.
You won't be able to miss it. Your tree kind of has a spiral pattern in the bark where the portal appeared.
Yep.
So don't go reading under spiral pattern trees.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yes. I realize this is a lot of information, a lot to take in.
Honestly, none too surprising after everything else you've told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know?
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know anything more about Dwindale?
What about it?
Apparently, this mark on my arm, and I show the words, is similar to words my father spoke about before he disappeared, and he had an interest in Dwindale, not aligned with the Sprout faction.
Well, I don't know too much about that. I was not exactly too active in politics around that time, and other than the fact that it's just, well, the most disadvantaged part of town.
Yeah. I just feel like
And
something important tied to this whole like Dieter thing and all these other nobles, specifically Fishnuts or Mumbleton, coming into things is connected.
Nice. And as you're all talking in there, Monty, you will distantly hear from downstairs just because of your enhanced hearing. I think does Princess have enhanced hearing too?
No.
No. Okay, that's right. Yeah, the Monty will just hear the knock, like the sound of a knock on the front door.
There's someone knocking at the door.
Someone will get it. I'm not too worried about it.
Right. I believe Princess wanted to say something to you too. I don't remember.
Yes. Princess has been like standing this whole time. Kind of just like fidgeting with like her ring. Well, I feel like this is perhaps inconvenient with Victoria not necessarily perhaps not being here for the courting season, and the appeal was an Aorian lady, and it got me thinking about how I may be of assistance. I introduced myself as Princess, and other than Montblanc, my name is Normani Tiberelia of House March. Third daughter to King Erebin Heracles of Avelia. I have been gone from my home for quite some time. For reasons which we can discuss later if you have questions, but I felt that this perhaps is as good a time as any to re-enter society as myself.
Well, that certainly makes for quite the story.
Certainly.
So, Princess, you are a princess?
Yes, I thought it was kind of funny.
It's fitting.
Indeed. You can certainly make something out of that. Yes, if you still intend to go through and make a legitimate... well, I wish to have a legitimate entry point into the parties in the courtship. Yes, that will certainly do very nicely, but that would get you... Now, we'll have to be careful about this because that will certainly get you attention. It will get you quite a bit of attention, especially from Dieter himself. That will draw a princess, a missing princess will draw the eye.
That's
So-
the idea.
Just make sure that whenever you do this, that you are ready to be known to him. If there's anything you would like to do, be able to move about the city and do covertly, that will be all, I believe that will be out of the question once you have announced yourself.
Well, and then Princess will like snap her fingers for dramatic effect, then like cast disguise self and look at like Lady
Oh.
Stanley.
Oh, well, that would certainly also help.
Yeah, and she dispels that. Additionally, I believe attention on one of us will give, and kind of looks towards Montblanc, and presumably Tedros, who probably doesn't like being the center of attention, less attention on others.
I can help with that too.
Yes, you are very good at distraction.
I've been thinking, and you said that there are patrons that help artists. Lady Stanway?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you said, well, someone said that Dieter was hiring a lot of entertainers for these events.
That is true.
So I was thinking if I could find the right people, I could get a patron, I could get signed up to do an act at the events, and I could also help to keep attention away.
This could work, especially, well, you could always, you have options. If you want to be separate, we could find you a separate patron. That could take time. The quickest course of actions that would allow you to stay together would be if you arrived as personal entertainment for the princess.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That doesn't get us actual money.
Nope.
That's true. That's true. That is an issue.
Broke.
I
Well,
see.
what if I enter the event as the personal entertainer for the princess, but I make myself known as being one of the most entertaining entertainers around? Certainly someone would want to steal me from her.
That's true. Oh, yes. And then, there are always competitive nobles around. So if someone were to steal you away, that could... it's always beneficial to make it... you have quite the mind for
I will
politics.
say, we're not going to be alone in a second. One of your servants is coming.
Oh, all right. All I was going to say is one of the best ways to get what you want is to make those who oppose you think they are doing the opposite. Think that they are doing something to get one up on you.
I try to make it clear that I would love to stay with Princess as her personal entertainer, but I really can't afford to turn down the right price.
Yes, of course. And if Princess is is drawing the attention of the young lord who they're trying to court, they of course want to get back at her, so they try and steal away her entertainment. You hem and haw a bit before eventually going with them, and they think that they have stolen the entertainment of one of the most eligible bachelorettes, while also secretly funneling money to all of you, and
Perfect.
getting you intelligence from somewhere else. And about at that point is when there's a knock on the door. And Lady Sandmay will get up and open the door. And one of the servants is there and just, letter for you, ma'am. So, all right. She'll take it and then shuts the door and then opens it up and then says, this is for you. And she hands it to Monty.
Oh. I will peruse it.
You will immediately recognize your mother's handwriting.
Excellent.
And in the group chat, this is the brief note that you get. It's like scribbled out. Not a long formal letter by any means.
Monty, want to read it out?
Yeah. I guess I have to.
Monty, what does it say?
Stayed up late looking through the journals, found a few things, but the most important one was the story of an old well in Dwindale that hasn't given water in quite some time. And locals say at the bottom of the well transitions to some strange kind of 5-colored material, and from his extensive research into it, he found that the locals who went down into it to investigate found out why it had dried up and found an inscription on the wall, etchings like the edges of a door. So there's definitely something down there.
Yes. It's
A door at the bottom of a well?
Like etchings of a door, yeah.
and that's got to be Draconic Union,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
5
I mean,
colors.
etchings of a door could be a door, right? I mean, magic and everything?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I think this is all connected, and I think this kind of proves a little bit of it. Something's beneath Dwindale. It's causing a lot of shit, and these two factions, the Sprout faction and the Realists, were, doing their own things.
All right.
And Lord Montblanc is connected to Dieter now in some way. So there's going to be answers down there to whatever's going on here, and I think it might be worth checking out that place as soon as possible. Or at least if there's a distraction at the event.
Which is
Is-
when?
Dwindle close to the event?
No, Dwindale is immediately south. So I sent you guys the map. Dwindale is just like another district in the town you're in. The event is ongoing constantly. There is actually another Lady Stanley would be able to tell you the next like soiree, the next like actual gathering. It's kind of just like an ongoing, just like constant party going on over there. But like there are like planned events throughout it. Like you can go and you can just kind of hang out whenever. He's just like around and entertaining people constantly. But there's also larger like balls and soirees and things like that. The next one is in the night after next.
So we could go to
So
Dwindale.
2 nights away.
Yeah.
So we could go check this out tonight
Good.
under the cover of darkness. Yeah. Because like I said, I want answers, and the more answers we get before we go confront Dieter might be good. Will be good. But also, I can't make any of you come with me, and I can't ask any of you to come with me on this. I will go alone if I have to,
You're not going alone.
Why would you go alone?
because I don't want to risk any of you with my shit.
What do you mean? I mean, aren't we here for your shit?
Yeah, but I just don't want to bring you into more.
What is more? We signed up for all of it.
Ugh, I don't know what more could be, but whatever it is,
Neither did we when we
I
signed up.
don't know what less could be. It's
this
all
could
the same. to
this could have
me.
just been a nice vacation somewhere warm with nice drinks and food.
No one signed up for a vacation. We came to find your mom and make sure she's okay. We came to help you kill someone if you wanted to.
Then I just signed up. I just signed
Yes.
you all up for a whole bunch of shit by telling you who I was. We're in it now.
Fair enough, so-
I might have a question or two about that later.
You may ask all the questions.
You said your
Just
name is
the
Normani?
process.
Well,
We're gonna stick with Princess for now.
I-
The same
I-
way we're gonna stick with Montblanc, right?
Well, I can
Yes.
stick with whatever you want, but I just was curious.
Let me pull up my character. I forget which name is which. Hold on. Just gonna scroll down this note.
I will say, like, Yulyanya's memory is one that, like, you tell her a name, you could say 3 names, she'll remember one of the random
Okay.
ones in the middle.
That's
all right.
That's me.
So, yeah. So, Princess would be like, well, in March, royals have 2 names. The first being the one that the public will remember them. If I were ever to be ascended to the throne, probably known as Normanus Rex or something of that nature, because
That's
Normani.
That's
but,
a fucking great name.
That's cool as fuck.
But family
Shit.
and friends call me Tiberalia or any version.
Tiberalia?
Tiberalia. So,
Tiberalia.
yes, TIB apostrophe Auralia.
Tiberalia. That's pretty.
I like to think so. But yes. But Princess, for now, will be fine until, of course, we enter into the season. Then my proper name would be of use.
And
Does everyone have multiple names that they've just had since birth?
isn't that funny?
Just Tedros Kahina.
Yeah, but like 2 names. That's 2 names.
Yeah.
I only
Kahina's
had
nice.
Yulyanya.
I have 4. Think about it.
I mean, Skybringer is just a stage name.
Your name is whatever you want it to be.
I thought it was whatever people call you.
It's whatever you want. You choose your own name. You can, basically. Whoever you want to be is who you are.
I think I choose Yulyanya.
I'll go by
I mean,
Sully.
Skybringer is cool too.
Skybringer is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And once this whole thing's dealt with Dieter, I'm fine with Sully.
Sully.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well,
I just think a name is something a little bit too personal to leave to somebody else to decide.
100%.
It's
you
yours.
created your own name?
No, but when I decided to leave home, I thought long and hard about whether or not I would keep my name. And I decided that it fit who I am, and so that's my name. But if it didn't, it wouldn't be.
I will admit, I am kind of very attached to Montblanc, Montblanc, and Tiburon, because it rams.
I like Montblanc, although I like to call you Monty.
Monty's pretty good.
But Sully is nice too, and it'll mean that everything is over.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Question for the DM. I don't remember the guy I talked to at the end of the last session. Like, do you remember him? Or wrote that in your notes?
Melville Weston, the textile merchant.
Melville.
Melville Weston. Okay. And let's go. Please, Danwood, do you know Melville Weston?
I've heard the name, yes, a merchant.
Okay.
Melville.
So, because it is always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, I had already went ahead and began spreading rumors of my entrance into the city. And one such Melvin Weston, I believe, is rather convinced of that story. So I was wondering if he were to know about it, how quickly would that rumor spread?
Oh, fairly quickly. I think it would certainly reach a fever pitch by certainly before the soiree the night after next.
So definitely go to Dwindale tonight, then.
Yes.
Seems like a good plan. You'll need to find it, of course. The letter you read, your mother only said it was a well. Presumably the locals will be able to tell you where that is, but you'll need someone to give you
I have
directions.
an idea.
All right.
Finger bowl.
I thought you were gonna be like Cadence. Or...
No. Oh,
but no.
that might be better, but I'll try the favorable first. Hey,
Yeah,
my beloved, looking for a well with a possible door at the bottom of it. Any leads, Dwindale?
On the right path.
The right path.
good.
So the rightmost street.
No, I think
No, I think
correct.
he's saying that you are going in the right direction.
Oh, maybe asking Cadence.
Yes.
Or just the well in general.
The idea is that
Or the well
going
in
there
general.
is the right path.
Well, there we go. Answer locked in.
So when do we go there? And I mean,
tonight.
what's the next important event?
This is what
Night
it
after
was.
next.
Night after
Yeah.
next, yeah.
Night
Mhm.
after next.
September 31st.
September.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
um,
Sorry. August 31st. That's right. It is still the month of August.
August.
Yes. The last day of the month of August is when the soiree is.
spell that?
Before September.
Ogust.
Ougust.
Oh, my
Okay.
apologies.
Question: when would my next furry problem pop up?
That is, you are about.
Once a month, right?
Yeah, you're about 2 weeks out. 2 weeks from
Oh, that's
2
fine.
weeks from yesterday.
That's loads of time.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Lovely. Should we
We
tell
have-
Lady Stanley about that as well?
No. Mm-mm.
September, October, November,
Wow.
December.
Wow.
Amazing.
Sometimes it's just easier,
They just do the French names or whatever.
or just to. I mean, I just kind of like grabbed the just shuffled
it's
letters
fun.
around. It is also just like, then I don't have to think about it too hard.
Yeah. It's Yep.
Yep.
Been there.
Last campaign I had my own whole
Been there.
calendar. This time I
It's-
was just like,
It's a lot.
oh yeah.
So no, I think we should keep that a secret. And but that wasn't talking out loud, right? Anyways.
No, that was completely out of character.
Yep.
Me saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe look for that well tonight, and if we find it, go down. I'm sure Tedros wants to check it out because it might be tied to the.
Oh,
Draconic
yeah, oh,
Of
absolutely.
course, see, that's
100%. 100%. Even, I don't know why you thought you were going to tell me that the stuff that I've been looking for is at the bottom of the well and I don't need to come.
I feel like bottom of wells can be real dangerous.
Why?
I may have something.
I heard
If there's no water, it's just an empty space.
errant bricks.
And the more people, the more chances of getting out of that empty space.
Yeah, bricks
I'm less
falling. I can breathe underwater, so we're good on that front if there's water.
I thought there wasn't water, otherwise there wouldn't be etchings.
No, I'm just saying if there's water at any point.
I think we're fine. I mean, we've been in weird halls of broken mirrors and things. Like, it's just a well.
That's
We had
true.
those on the farm.
It's just a well.
Okay, well,
Sometimes people put bodies in wells to hide evidence and stuff.
We've seen dead bodies as well.
That's true. But
I
this,
don't know why you're trying to scare us away from the thing that we've traveled all this way to do.
I believe this is Monty's version of worry.
this is my version of I don't know what the fuck to expect, and yeah, worry. My this could all be tied to my father too. So a part of me doesn't want answers, but a part of me does. So
yeah,
Well?
you've got to get those answers.
I think we've got to get the answers, seeing as there's something about answers written on your arm, and
yeah, that
people are
too.
always talking about answers.
Yeah, that's true. And who knows? Maybe my patron's sealed under this well and needs to be released.
We should probably figure it out.
All I know is my patron, when I saw him the one time, they were a big eye, wreathing tentacles. So that's what I'm going on. Means I might have to go back to the ship and grab my weapon and my supplies. Just in
I
case.
can actually grab that if you want. I was going to go back and feed the cat.
Oh, actually, says Lady Stanway, going the way of the harbor would probably be a better bet. They're trying to avoid suspicion.
We could
Alright.
just take the boat.
Yes. If you want to go south from here, there is Eastbridge, where we are now, does border Dwindale. They are right next to each other. You can imagine, though, that given Montblanc, what you know about the tendencies and the attitudes of the nobility of the city towards Dwindale,
Yeah.
there is the bridges that connect them all go through a naval fort called Fort Thunder.
Yes. Correct. I knew that.
Yes. Which usually has its gates closed to, for safety purposes, so they say, but mostly to prevent traffic. So going via boat would be your best bet.
All right. Yep. Do not want to deal with the Navy until
Wait a minute.
the head is off the snake. Yeah.
Are you telling me that they have the way out of there blocked off, so people are trapped there?
Not trapped, no, but well,
It sounds like
they're
it.
not. They're not trapped. Obviously, everywhere here in Titan's Grave more or less requires boats to travel. But they are more than anywhere else. Boats are necessary in order to get where you need to go, or you can always take a ferry, which costs money. And within the last decade or so, the nobility voted on strict boat registration laws to make sure that sharing of vessels is with other people is not doable. So communities had been they would band together, buy a boat together. One person would be on the deed, and then they would just sort of use them on a as needed basis. They would share them together. But recent laws of registration have that if a person who is not the registered owner of a boat is the one who is using it, then it can be confiscated.
Well, I have the sailor
Okay, so
background.
you see, I found our boat like on a fireplace in a bottle.
You shouldn't need to worry. They don't. These are things like gondolas and small boats meant to traverse the canals.
Yeah, as long as we keep the ship on the water and don't draw any suspicions to it, we should be fine.
Yes, it should be fine.
I mean, we definitely stole the boat, but it was from a witch or a hag or something, so it's, in a better place. She probably stole it too.
I think you are perfectly fine.
Pretty sure she ate whoever that belonged to.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
yeah, you gotta sometimes.
It just maybe we'll talk about it later. It just hags are way worse than whatever the stories you've heard are. Just
Oh dear. Right.
That's who has
Right.
Cane Row.
I see.
Oh yeah, there's that too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Well, I should let all of you head off and begin your
Yep. Voyage.
next adventure.
Great. We're adventurers. Most of them have names, but we don't, so that's good. Keep it strictly
at the
under the radar.
risk of sounding like I condone all of this, we can kind of be referred to by the same name as our boat, couldn't we?
The Silver Maw. Right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Push comes to shove.
I've had, yeah,
It's a suggestion. I'm not thrilled with it, mostly because of the adventuring title thing, but
the Tedros experience.
You could all be inducted as Skybringers. I could teach you gymnastics.
I think we should see the valley first before we.
The Skybringers have nothing to do with the valley.
But I feel like we should see the valley first. See what you're all about. See your little circus and.
I mean, people don't really go to the valley.
Why not?
I mean, I wasn't even welcome in the valley. I
Yeah,
never got
I
to
have-
be in the
I've got
spring
so many
bean.
questions and.
I think I might have a different reason for wanting to go to the valley at this point.
Yeah, me too.
I got to watch the spring bean, but from a distance.
Yeah. I have different reasons for
What
wanting to
happens to people when they reach a certain age in the valley? Like elderly.
What age?
Like elderly.
They are elderly. I don't
Alright,
understand.
just thought I'd ask.
Question?
Just thought I'd ask. They don't get like, okay, thought I'd ask.
go.
I mean, sometimes they die, but people die.
Like of old age?
Yeah, or you
Alright.
know, cow tramplings, things like that.
Is that a risk, Brandon?
On a farm.
Oh yeah, fair.
I suppose, yeah.
Chicken, death by chicken.
We have various deaths.
Well, I
Various.
guess
Yes,
Well, I
I mean,
suppose-
everywhere has various deaths. You could just trip over something and die. You could get too old and die. You could get sick and die.
yeah, there's lots of like tripping and falling accidents where I come from. So
They've
Like-
talked before about people killing other people, but like, it's never happened in the valley.
Right. Okay.
what, people don't trip here? Like, oh,
No, people
Not as a
trip.
common cause of death.
as a cause of death. Yeah. Well,
Well, it depends what you trip over. If you trip off
Here
the
it's,
cliff,
pirates,
then you know
usually.
there's one thing. Or
There's a lot of
if you trip
pirates,
straight into your hoe, then or a rake. Oh gosh.
pirates. Here.
And depends on how old you are when you trip.
Drowning,
If you trip and you're
sharks.
really, really
Sharks
old,
are a
you
That's
major
true.
risk around
That's
here.
true. Yeah.
I get the sense we've gotten off task.
Gotta watch out for sharks. There's a lot of them here.
There
Yeah.
aren't sharks in the valley.
They said there was a guy who would roam the streets here in Titan's Grave called the Were Shark.
Oh, stop telling them stories.
A man who turned into a shark.
Half man, half shark.
I think you all should get to your ship and then go on your adventures.
That's
Stop telling
canonical.
stories.
That's canonical.
But how would that even work? Can he breathe on land?
Yeah,
Like, I
he can
thought sharks are-
breathe in any environment.
Princess
So he's just a
already
shark
left.
on the street? Just
Yeah,
a street shark?
You know, older editions
Street
they
Sharks!
had Were Sharks. Oh, what a good
Okay.
show Street Sharks was.
Missed it.
I
The
miss it
sun
so
just
much.
starts going down. They've been talking about sharks for 7 hours.
I have a VHS tape of Street Sharks on my shelf back there. Anyway,
Very nice. Tedros will try, if possible, to see if he can switch out his spells with a.
Have you prepped your spells yet today?
no.
He hasn't changed the spells from yesterday. Usually he doesn't. He only changes them like every.
I'll
so
say, yeah, if
often.
you got, especially because you got up, like, directly, like, woke up to Yulyanya moving around, like, you haven't done your spell preparation yet for the day, then yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay. So I am going to swap out a thing that we're not using for a thing that we will definitely be using.
Can warlocks do that? I don't remember.
Do what?
Perhaps switch other spells, or can warlocks not do that?
No, warlocks have a spells known list, I think.
That's right. That's right.
And then
Yeah.
there's- you get those at level up.
That's right.
Oh, actually, oh man, maybe I should switch to. Yeah. Let's make it. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave
Let's do
Oscar
that.
here.
Okay.
Okay.
Lady Sandway, I'm gonna leave Oscar somewhere. Would he be okay to roam your yard and not?
Oh, your lizard. Yes.
Yeah, named after my papa. So if that could be.
Yes, that's why I was confused for a second.
Oh, rat. Yep.
You.
She knew your dad. Yeah.
Yeah, I named the Komodo dragon after my father.
Great. I'm gonna go grab my stuff and head to the ship where it's quieter and there are no giant lizards named after your father.
Not that we know of. Lizards get
Okay.
everywhere around here.
I don't know why that got me.
There's
Thank
a
you,
story of a
Montblanc.
guy in his latrine, and there was one swimming around.
Well,
Alright, so
I
do
should
you-
go feed my monkey.
All right. So y'all feed your pets. You
Yeah.
get your supplies.
Yo.
Do you
Yeah.
head out for the ship?
My
Yeah.
supplies are under my bed on the ship.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you get your supplies. Lady Sandway can lend you her, like, let you take her ferry boat to, like, get over the dock so it's faster.
I also forgot I have the sailor background, so I can. There's a chance that I can like secure free passage on ships that I have good relations with or captained by a former crewmate, which I don't want to do right now.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that, like, that's the kind of background that will probably, like, that background perk will activate once you have
Yeah,
dealt with
excited.
Dieter. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm just gonna go get some help from Dieter real quick.
When Yule's packing up her things, she's like found a way to stick her quarterstaff through the like handle at the top of the monkey cage,
Nice.
and then like her braid just like takes it and like coils the quarterstaff into her hair, so the monkey's just like the monkey cage is just hanging off, so she's got her hands free.
Incredible. All right.
That's awesome.
Okay. So yeah, you can all head out, take her little boat back to your boat, and you have arrived at your boat.
As we're sailing on the ferry, I'm gonna keep telling Tedros stories of the were shark.
Okay.
He would eat children who didn't listen to their parents.
Oh, come on. Every parent tells a story. Like, come on.
Just saying.
Y'all get back to the
Kids
boat.
aren't even that good.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right, y'all get back to the boat, and then
you ever seen them all snotty and like when they?
Well, Tedros said, kids don't even taste that good. It's like, what?
I don't get the appeal. If I was gonna, you know what?
Continue.
You were going to eat someone? Were you going
No.
to say if you were going to
Yeah.
eat someone that you wouldn't
I'm
eat a
saying-
child because it would taste bad?
I'm saying I don't understand why, if you have the option for a full-grown and a baby, why you would pick the child.
Tenderness.
Well,
This
they
is-
say
everyone
that
is-
certain animals just taste better as babies.
Yeah, tenderness.
you're all just like in the process of getting the ship ready to sail, and just like pulling on ropes and stuff while Tedros is arguing this.
I'll put my armor
Really
back.
telling?
Yule grew up on a
Mhm.
farm. She's no stranger to baby animals being eaten.
I don't
Okay,
think.
so-
Okay.
So so Montblanc, you said you put your armor back on.
Yeah, and I got my flail back.
Okay. All right. Anybody else need to re-equip or anything specific while you're on the boat?
No, but Tedros will take a moment to say some prayers and swap out some spells.
Before this, back at the house, Princess would have gone to find a servant to get like plain clothes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can definitely
Right,
do that.
then that's it. That's all. That's
Okay,
I've
yeah.
done.
Okay.
Before we
Alright.
set sail, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna like look over the side of the ship into the ocean and be like, "Hope you got my back."
Tentacles just like writhe a little bit on your arm.
Cool.
It's like, what do you think this is?
Yeah.
Okay. So you set sail for Dwindale.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. It's like literally in the same bay.
Oh,
So it's
like
it's
5 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
cool.
I can post that map again.
Yeah.
I can just get that for you all. Where is it?
Orlando Bloom is an orc.
I think it's pinned.
Yeah, it is pinned.
It's not. Oh yeah, it's pinned. There you go. Just look, there you go. Yeah, it's the most recent pinned one. So you were just in the green section in the upper right.
Yeah.
Dwindale is the brown section of the very
Makes sense.
dark brown section, reddish section. I forget what color I used there. At the very bottom.
To me, it looks like dark brown.
Yeah. And then I think it was a red originally, but whatever. And then downtown is that blue area. So your boat is like kind of in that. You're basically just heading straight across that bay south.
All right, cool.
Okay. Oh, and so
yeah.
that little bridge between the blue and green areas is the one that we went across.
Yeah, that's that bridge you kept taking. Yeah, that is Titan's Crossing, the only bridge across that river there.
Nice.
Got it.
So yeah, you can see Dwindale is down there at the very bottom. Yeah, it only connects via land to Eastbridge. Otherwise, you got to take ferries or something across in order to get from one to the other.
How's the cat?
So
looking?
yeah, fine if you can see it.
True.
Yeah, Tedros will, after he's done, go find the cat.
Cat's doing fine. Cat is thriving.
Hey, there's mice on here, isn't there?
Oh yeah. So yeah, you say a little. It's like 5 minutes. You can make your way over, and you can see. Yeah, it is. As you get closer, the ground is just like mud. You can see that just like everything is just like wet. Kind of. It is just like that
Great.
specific part in a river delta where the water just kind of just like saturates the ground. As you're pulling up, you can see docks made of just wood, kind of lashed together out into the water, and there's like a bunch of as many small boats as can be kind of crammed in around here. The buildings themselves are all made of wood, and you can see they're in various stages of sinking. Like you can see one as you're pulling up that like the build, you can see one building itself is like 3/4 of the way sunk, so you can see like the upper part of the windows and doorways, and then there's just another building built up on the roof of that one with like ramshackle stairs that like make their way up and bridge the gap, but it's probably like will be ground level before too long.
At some point, Yule will, notice that they're coming in, so she'll just go put the monkey away in her room,
Okay.
and come back up with just like the stuff that she needs to go off.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can find a place to dock wherever you like, and then you can make land in Dwindale. You can see like a bunch of people are kind of like not necessarily gathered, but you can just tell a lot of eyes around your ship as just like an actual ship, nice looking ship is coming over and like looking and like starting to dock in this section of town, which just doesn't seem to happen very often.
Yeah, I do. I just realized if I have my armor on, it is the Titan's Grave naval coat that I'm wearing.
What you can do is you can like fit that into a backpack, so
Okay.
like you could just put it on once you get down to the well.
Yeah, I think I should probably do that instead.
Yeah. Okay.
Tedros does still have his suit of leather that can be adjusted if need be.
Okay.
Always.
So we can get that done. Like you'll probably still have to do that later because I'm gonna go ahead and say that the half orc, the brawny half orc, is much bigger than the relatively slim for cleric dude.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll get that like size like stretched a little bit for him, but yeah.
All right. Then you all disembark.
Into the mud.
Yeah. Well, you're on the like dock first, but you can like walk along and then see.
Yeah.
There are roads. You can see the roads are basically just like the old way that people used to make muddy roads more walkable, which is basically just like dropping planks of wood horizontally across, just like into the mud, and then they just kind of like stay on the surface there, and people can walk along, and then just like adds a little bit more solidness and traction for things.
I'm gonna do something they do in like survival shows, I guess, and like kneel down into the mud and taste the mud.
Tastes like mud.
Yep. Okay.
Very strongly too, since you, especially with your werewolf senses.
All right. Spit it out.
And actually, given how hygiene tends to work in cities,
Oh no. No.
things tend to flow towards the
No.
water, and yeah, well,
Tastes like mud. I saw it somewhere in a survival situation. Whatever.
Do people eat mud?
No.
Don't do that.
The kids
Yeah.
like to throw it around if they get bored.
okay. So where are y'all going?
Looking for a well.
Okay, you start walking around looking for a well.
Tedros asks if we want to have Cadence meet us.
Oh.
He can do ascending. It's beefy magic, but
Ugh.
if
I'm just worried about bringing Cadence into something dangerous too.
that's
You
absolutely fair.
he did. I will remind you before all this, he did volunteer to help you take down Dieter.
I know. But Cadence also volunteered to help. So, up to you, Tedros.
No, this is your
Oh,
ship,
Cadence.
as it were.
Yeah, call Cadence.
Yeah. Then he will send. You will do a sending to Cadence. It's Tedros. You can respond. We just got to the dock at
Window?
Dwindale. Come find us.
Response will just be, "On my way. Shouldn't be hard to find."
Yes. Oh, and he knows what our ship looks like. Even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you wait a little bit, and eventually you can just see his horns and red self making his way over, and just sees you all, and just waves, and then walks over. Just, good to see you. Sorry I haven't seen you lately. I made my way here, but it is once you are here, it is significantly harder to make your way back to where you were.
Yeah, I
Yep.
learned about that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't treat you all well, do they?
No. I mean, he turns and just kind of like gestures at the district in general.
Well, hopefully here to help.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. Well, what's up? What do you need?
Looking for a well, of significance that people might have talked about in like stories and stuff. Etchings at the bottom, materials of like 5 colors.
Dried up now.
Dried up now, yeah.
I actually know the one you're talking about. The dried up part is what actually helped. I don't know much about what's at the bottom,
No.
but yeah, no. Yeah, no, I can. This way.
I'm gonna
walk
turn
you
to the
over.
other 3. Are you all sure you still want to go through?
Why
with this?
are you asking over and over again, Monty?
Yeah, Prince just walks past Montblanc to go fuck.
Yeah. Tedros taps the back of his shield and just follows Princess.
Okay. Yeah, you can. He as you walk along, he's like, yeah. So yeah, no, I definitely remember this one. It is the biggest. I don't want to say pain in the ass isn't probably the best word to use, but it is definitely like a big stone middle finger in the middle of town, because it's just our luck. Nicest well in town, only thing that doesn't sink, and it's the only well in town that doesn't produce water.
And it doesn't sink.
Nope, it's been sitting there perfect my entire life.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you said you don't know what's at the bottom of the well, but you already kind of do. From what we hear,
Not water.
yeah, not water, but also 5 colors. Doesn't ring a bell? Stone Sea?
The door.
Oh,
Yeah. Less
do you need
less
me to come?
dangerous.
Do you need me
Less
to come down
dangerous.
there, or can I stay up here and just like keep watch? Because that seems like more my speed.
Whatever
You
you want to
can-
do.
Yeah.
I'll
You
do
don't have
that.
to do
I'll do that. I don't want to go down there. I'll be honest.
That's fine. I will just say for the record, the elemental magnifier was never meant to be used the way that it was used.
But then it was. So I'm gonna stay safe up here.
I'll go
I-
first.
Sure.
And then Yule's gonna just like take a little step up and then jump and slow fall into the well.
Well, you get to it first.
Oh, okay.
It's just like behind. It's just like kind of like behind another building, just like at like an intersection of yards, basically. Like there's not really easy paths to get to it because, like you said, it's been dried up, so it's not. No one really uses it. But yeah, you can see it, and it's just it's a well preserved, just like the rocks are
stone.
worn, they look old. Yeah, stone well. The top bit is gone. Like the little like roof over a well with the crank and the bucket and everything. That is no longer there. You can see like places where at the very bottom, like you can, or not at the very bottom, like right inside the stone, you can see like rusty old bolts sunk into the stone that would have held up that top part, but like it's just so old at this point that that top part is like fallen and rotted off.
So
and
it's
the
a
bolts are the
Winona
only thing.
Earp well. Doc
Sure.
Holiday's at the bottom.
I got that
and then
reference.
Thank you.
Yulyanya jumps in.
Yulyanya is just gonna like push herself up on the stones and then slow fall in.
All right, yeah. So Yulyanya just like jumps in. Monkey just goes, ah!
No, she put the monkey in the room.
Oh, you left the monkey in the ship.
Yeah,
She
right,
left
okay.
the monkey on the ship.
Okay, I thought you still had him attached to your brain.
No.
No. Monkey doesn't need to come on the adventure down the well. She doesn't want to endanger
Fair,
the monkey.
fair.
It's not gonna help her.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, you can just slow fall down. I don't think you've ever seen any of you have seen Yulyanya slow fall before. So Yul just kind of like jumps and then just like
Once or twice, maybe.
as if parachuting, just like slowly descends into the well, and then yeah, you can just kind of like fall down and then land at the bottom. The bottom is a little
She's
like
wearing
is
like a
little...
tunic and it's just like fluttering.
Mm-hmm. The bottom is kind of damp, but as you get down there, you can see it transitions about 10 feet before the bottom into that 5-colored Draconic Union material. And most of the sides and the bottom actually have holes about this big, about like an inch across. It's set in like a grid pattern around it that you don't really know. It's just darkness behind them. You don't really know, can't really see. It looks like it's like it goes in pretty deep from each of them, but then one side, like one full side of the well, is not like doesn't have holes in it, and like just like it was described, is just kind of like a rectangle like etched around the outside, about the size of a door.
She's like looking around and inspecting it, and she's like,
Mhm.
"There's a bunch of holes down here, but I do see all of the different colors and the door. It's right here."
All right. How? Tedros will look and see if there's any safe way to climb down the well. For those of us who are less.
Could be doable, but like tying off a rope to something nearby would probably
Yeah.
be the best bet.
And how far down?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah. Then, do I have rope?
You can. I can hold onto the rope, and then just lower you in.
There's like a fence post nearby
Oh.
that you could easily tie off to.
Is it like a sturdy fence post in the mud?
Looks like it, yeah. It's sunk down well enough that like
All right.
probably it like given how muddy it is, they probably need to be sunk down pretty deep in order to not just like fall over.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Tedros will take out some rope and secure it and drop it down,
Okay.
and we'll go down first. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can lower your way
Second,
down.
technically.
Yeah. You get down there, you get down to the bottom, and you can feel just like a slight humming against your chest.
And he calls up, "Good news! We might have something down here." And just he will take a torch out of his backpack and cast light on the tip of it.
Lights up, and then yeah, you can see that etched edge of a doorway right there.
You want to go next, Princess, or do you want me to go next?
Does it? Maybe someone else already asked this question. I'm sorry, I zoned out a little bit. Does it look like you could like climb down the side of this?
It's like you could. It looks like you could. Like an athletics check would be rolled basically because you'd have to like brace yourself on either side and lower yourself down.
Yeah,
We do have a rope tied off, so.
Oh, there's a rope. Okay.
Yeah, there's a rope tied off.
I'm sorry, I'm so zoned out. Yeah. Princess will just take the rope.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah, you can make your way down.
I'll make sure we haven't
On.
done any, I'll make sure we haven't drawn any attention to ourselves before I go down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have, and
Okay.
Cadence is just going to lean on the well and keep an eye on things. I will tell you that it is the side. It's a well, so like
Yeah.
with Yule and Tedros down there, it's pretty cramped. With all four of you down there, you're gonna be like crammed shoulder to shoulder.
Yep.
Okay, so y'all get down there, just like Monty, the last one going down. Like Monty, honestly, you're probably most comfortable just like still hanging onto the rope and just like hanging out above
Yeah,
everybody's heads, because like otherwise, like you would kind of get down there and like no one would have room to like move your arms, basically.
All right. And he pulls out the holy symbol and kind of like holds it up around the wall and just kind of
Mhm.
checks to see where it hums more or less and kind of douses with it.
Yeah, you can like you hold it by the chain.
In the
Pretty-
meantime, I don't know if
Mhm.
this is going to be bad, but Yule is definitely putting her hands up and like touching the etchings of the door.
Okay. I don't really get much from touching the etchings, but as Tedros holds up the holy symbol, it does like swing outward basically, and is really easy to just let it kind of follow almost the magnetic pull. And then as it does, it latches into the middle of the rectangle, and then there's just like a click, and then the magnetism seems to just like end as there's just like a like line of light runs around the edge of the door, and then it kind of lowers
Success.
down and shows a opening into darkness, with the floor being the same material.
I have dark vision.
Yeah. Also, I lit a torch anyway. So.
And Yule will cast light.
Okay.
Double light.
So she just goes running ahead.
No.
Okay.
Okay, don't go too far. All right.
What? It looks cool in here.
It could be
I know
dangerous.
it looks cool. Why do you think I came?
Put my
we just
armor
you know
on
we
now.
don't know what the condition is.
So you'll make your way in. It looks like almost like an entryway, entry room in here. Just a doorway, or just like a open room, not very big, rectangular, and then there's a archway at the opposite end that seems to lead into another hallway.
I'm really curious. I'm gonna look up the tattoo on my arm and see if it's doing anything.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Nice.
Yule's just gonna keep going, and she's shining her light all over.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way in. This place does not have the same etchings and stuff that the elemental magnifier had. This place looks a lot more functional in its design. That place was very like it was functional, but it had a lot of like opulence to it, and you did know that it was a joint effort between the Draconic Union and the Isle of Quatmentus. This place seems a little bit more like functional in its design. So just like hallways and rooms and things like that. And as you make your way, you kind of make your way forward. You get into a hallway. You start making your way over, and then like it kind of just starts sloping downward as you're going forward. So you just find yourself going deeper and deeper, and then you come out into a room with 5 pillars set around the room, evenly distributed, with like almost kind of like a pentagon shape. The point of which is right in front of you, and then there's 4 more spread out, kind of like around the center of the room. The room kind of is also pentagonally shaped, and that one the pillars are pretty wide, and the one pillar in the middle is blocking your view of whatever is across the room from you. But you can see light just like dancing around from behind it, just like constantly moving rapidly, very, very quickly. It seems like it's hard to tell exactly, but it's like almost like a bluish purplish light coming from behind the pillar.
Oh. Hey, Yule, can you drop your light for a second? Let me see. Get a better look at that.
Snuffs it.
Yeah. Drops his as well. And
Yeah, you can.
kind of
The light like kind of fills the room. You can see it's moving very, very quickly, like dancing around rapidly,
What color did you say it was?
like a bluish purple.
I'm.
Actually, Montblanc, make me a perception check with advantage for hearing.
Ooh.
Actually, everyone make me a perception check with hearing. Montblanc with advantage.
With advantage, that's a 17.
Okay.
nice.
I think all my hearing perception checks are with advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing or smell.
Got a 1, so I can reroll.
Okay. Oh yeah. Lucky.
Oh yeah, nice.
Got a. Ooh, you said perception? 19.
Nice. 5 for Tedros. Okay.
25.
Ooh. Okay. So everyone but Tedros.
Oh no.
I'm distracted. Very distracted.
You can hear a sound that kind of is like something about the sound kind of seems to accompany the light, like how the light changes, like kind of matches up with the sound. The sound sounds almost like a buzzing or sizzling sound, and with like occasional like buzzing and sizzling. And the more you listen to it, especially Princess with the 25, you can hear that there's like these quiet snapping sounds that seem to accompany the brightest flashes of light.
Electricity.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does remind you. Yulyanya would remind you of the time when, Galina shot a lightning bolt. The residual sound of the lightning bolt after Galina shot it on the ship.
What is that? Yule's gonna take a couple steps closer.
Okay, so you're still kind of in the hallway leading into the room, and that central pillar is blocking your view at the moment. So do you like go into the room and like peek around the pillar?
I was kind of waiting to see if Tedros was gonna be like, oh no, but Tedros froze. Arc's frozen.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I forgot
Okay,
you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Well, she's just gonna keep taking steps forward then.
Okay. Then so you go around the pillar and look?
Yeah.
Okay, you go around the pillar and you can see it reminds you of the lightning bolt Galina shot, except for it is just sitting there like right there in like a doorway that would lead into the next room. And as you peek around the corner, the lightning turns towards you, and you can see that there's just like arcs shooting off of it onto the ground and the walls and the ceiling and everything. But you can generally see it has a humanoid shape to it, made of lightning, crackling, just crackling around, constantly like moving and shifting. But there's like a generally humanoid shape to it. But it turns in your direction, and as it sees you, the like bluish purple bright lightning that it's made of shifts color from the center outward, just kind of like radiates out to a angry red color.
Oh.
There's a lightning person in here.
Yeah.
And it starts to take steps towards Yulyanya.
She's taking steps backward.
Yeah.
Would I be able to, like, does this look like a humanoid or like this? No.
It is humanoid shaped. Well, so actually, you wouldn't know because Yulyanya's the only one that went ahead and like
Okay.
peeked around the pillar to see it.
Okay. I guess after, I imagine after Yule says that, like, Princess will be like, let me catch
Just
up to,
make
like,
your way up. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, it saw me.
Yeah. So as Yule's backing up, you can go up to Yule and like peek around the corner. You can see this thing slowly making its way forward.
Oh, and Tedros will kind of like hold up his hands, like he'll come around and just like, oh. Stop,
Ooh
please.
is a good mimic, so her hands are going up too.
Yeah. What they said.
It's still coming towards us?
It's still coming towards you. It's just silently coming towards you.
Princess would cast Charm Person.
Okay. You go and try and cast it, but there's no, it doesn't, the spell just kind of just like, the magic just goes right through it. It's not a person.
All right. That answers that question. Alrighty.
Okay. All right. And then Tedros.
I'm gonna show my tattoo to it.
You come around the corner,
Yeah.
around the pillar too. Okay. You show your tattoo to it?
Yeah.
All right, roll initiative.
Oh shit.
As it is immediately hostile towards Monty.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
It moves to start attacking Monty at that, basically. You have time to react to it, but yeah.
All right. 18.
Okay.
16.
Doesn't like me.
That is,
It's here to
that is
kill
also
me.
an 18.
Okay, I'm going to ask those again in 1
13.
second.
Oh shit, initiative. 15.
Okay. Okay, what were those again? Real quick.
15.
That was a 16.
18.
18.
Okay. Whew. Y'all rolled good.
What's Tedros' initiative score?
+3.
Oh, you go first then.
I hope to go. I would love to go first.
Mine's +2.
What was Princess's again? 16?
Yep.
16, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Everyone but Yule goes before the lightning.
Oh,
Also
no.
rolled a 16.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, I show my
so-
tattoo and it's just immediately hostile towards me.
Yep.
Okay.
It you can see it just like steps forward and like that redness just deepens
Great.
into like a blood red light that fills the
Cool.
entire room
Cool.
and just like and just, like
Great.
lightning just like amplifies.
Cool.
Fantastic. Tedros is like, okay, we're not going to do that. And he pulls some, like a bundle of feathers, spectral feathers off of the medallion and slams it against his shield. And he uses I know what words are. He uses the other channel divinity, not turn undead, arcane abjuration.
Mhm.
It's a DC 14 if it is a celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend. And if not, if it fails the check, it is turned for a minute and basically has to book it from us.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see what it technically counts as. It does actually not need to make a save. It does not count as an elemental.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not a celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend.
Correct.
Huh.
Aberration.
You do that, you present your shield to it, it does not even react.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
there's a lot of things this is not. and it's not what I thought it was.
Great.
Um,
Doesn't seem to
Yeah.
like me.
I got
That's-
that. And
Yeah,
Alright.
it looks pretty angry.
Anything else from Tedros?
yeah, he will use. In that case, he will use his bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
He will stand between it and Montblanc, but he will use his bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Montblanc.
Yeah. what
Okay,
does
so
what
plus
does that
2
do?
AC to Montblanc.
Oh, 16 AC. Let's go.
Yep. All right, that'll make it Montblanc's turn.
All right. I feel like using my Crimson right here is not a good idea because that's lightning based. So instead, bonus action cast Hex,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna run at it and attack with my flail.
Okay.
Come on. 17 to hit, 9 plus 8.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell
Quick question: does your flail count as magic?
yeah. Only if I have my Crimson Right activated on it.
Okay. So your roll the hex damage.
Piss. I am going to be useless in this fight. Okay.
No, you
Give
won't.
it an Eldritch Blast.
Not at close range.
Is that not magic?
It is.
It is, but not at close. I'm not using it at close range. 1 damage.
Okay, so Montblanc, you swing the anchor at it, and the anchor just passes right through it. But you can see like the necrotic like energy of your hex just like fills the red lightning like shadows and like does a little bit of damage to it. But for the most part, the anchor just goes right through it.
All right, it's immune to non-magical attacks.
Your arm starts to tingle as like the lightning went up the
Great.
chain a little bit.
I will
But
relay
not
that
like
it's
enough to
immune
damage you.
to non-magical damage,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my turn.
Okay, that'll make a princess's turn. You're muted.
I was muted. Yeah. Okay. Struggling with that. Hello. Okay. Princess will cast. Sorry. Princess is gonna cast Cause Fear. And that's a Wisdom save of 15.
Okay. I will. Seems to be immune to the frightened condition.
Lovely. Love everything about this. Just,
It's narrowing it
through.
down, though.
huh?
Hmm?
It
That's
is.
narrowing it down.
Immune to non-magical
Mhm.
damage, immune to the frightened condition. Not a celestial, elemental, or whatever.
Fae or fiend.
What am I doing? Okay, that was. I don't fucking know what to want to do. I guess. The hell, I don't know. It's you said it's immune to non-magical.
Yeah, I just attacked it with my flail and the flail didn't do any damage.
But you
It's
do
been
have
a while.
magical weapon.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a magic weapon.
I do have a magic
I'm
weapon.
about to.
Yeah. Princess will take Field Cutter out and take a swing or slash. It's
Okay.
slashing damage.
Pull out a field cutter, go up to it, and take a swing at it.
Yeah.
Can you do that
Okay.
if you cast Cause Fear?
Oh yeah, you cast Cause Fear. That's
Wait,
right.
it did. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, sorry. So you can take out field cutter, but other than that,
Okay, yeah. Field Cutter is out. That's about. Wait, what's that about? Yeah. I'm gonna
you
leave
could
it.
bonus action. You could bardic inspiration, but that's it.
Cry.
Yeah, who's next?
It is next, and then Yule.
Yeah. Steady on Yule. And give Yule pretty inspiration.
Okay, sounds good. Then that'll make it the lightning's turn.
And it seems to hate me, so.
Yeah, and you're right up next to it, so
Yeah, I thought I would have heard
it-
it, so
it rears back and is gonna just slam at you with an arm made of lightning.
go for it.
That is gonna be a 13 to hit though.
Misses.
All right, yeah, it's weird. It almost moves like it's in stop motion. Like it moves like one frame. It's like
Ugh.
like every motion is just like one like instant almost, like bolts of lightning striking. But you manage to dodge out of the way as like one crackling hand just like goes right past your head as you lean to the side. You can just like feel the tinglies, like your hair stands on end as it passes by, and just like the little tiny little sparks of lightning off of it pass by you.
Yep.
And it's going to swing the other arm in with its second attack. That is a 15 to hit.
That misses because of Shield of Faith.
This time it blasts in right towards your center and punches forward, and there's like a pop of electricity, and it feels like it looks like it's coming right for your center, but then you can just see there's this glowing spot of like purplish pink light right in front of you that just glows and just blocks it entirely, and it just rears back and does no damage to you.
Sweet. Yeah, how's it feel?
And then that will make it Yule's turn.
All right, Yule's gonna pull out her radiant blast.
Just hands start glowing and just go Dragon Ball Z on it.
Yeah, radiant
All right.
symbol.
Nice.
All right, that is a, let's see. Oh, sick. 23.
Absolutely,
Nice.
that hits.
All right, so
Since you're doing all of the either way works. I was gonna say since there's only one target, if you want to just like roll all the attack rolls at once.
yeah,
And
'cause
then-
I can do
You get 2 of them for your
more
attack
if I
action.
oh, I get 2 of them for an attack, and then I could do more if I spend key points.
Yep.
Okay. Dice. That second one missed.
What's the number?
It was a 2 plus 5.
7?
7.
Okay, that does miss, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 14.
That hits?
All right, so I spend a key point
Okay.
to hit it again.
Okay.
Monks.
And I can do
You
that
still-
again.
yeah, you
for
have one
that
more if you spend
key
the- yeah.
point, yeah.
Key point gives you 2 more attacks, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a 17.
Yeah, that hits too.
Woo.
3
Awesome.
hits. And
All
your
right.
your damage dice went up to a D6 when you leveled up too.
Ooh, I
Oh,
like that.
nice. D6.
Yep.
Shoot, I know what that looks like.
Monopoly die.
Like just a dice.
Dice,
Yeah.
yep. Just regular old dice, yep.
I
You hit 3 times,
I
so
think
it's
I'm
D6 plus dexterity.
I don't know what to do for
Uh,
next level. when
Oh,
that
is the
happens.
blank side a 6?
Blank?
Yours has a blank side?
Well, it's a fancy design, so.
Oh, probably, yeah. It's either a 6 or a 1, and probably
No,
the
the
6.
1 is here, so it's.
Okay,
6.
then yeah, it's probably 6. Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 plus
So, plus
your
what?
dexterity modifier.
My dex. Plus 2.
Okay, so that's 8 damage on the first hit. So
Nice.
this one, Yule backs up and just like throws a sunbolt at it, and this time you can see it just flies in and like right at its center, and it just like as it's coming at you, Montblanc, and just seems to strike something solid inside the wreath of lightning and just blasts into it. It staggers to the side. It looks like something solid in the middle moves to the side, and the body is just forced to follow it, like almost like the lightning moves almost like ribbons being yanked in the wind attached to something solid before it like reconstitutes
Interesting.
itself.
Okay.
So that was the first attack. You get 2 more hits.
All right, that's a 3 plus 2, 5.
Okay.
And the last one is 4 plus 2, so 6.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. It staggers each time and moves like jerkily moves around as it like twitches before reconstituting itself, and then like turns and looks between you and Montblanc, making it back to the top of Tedros' turn.
Fantastic. Tedros looks at Montblanc and says, "Don't get hit." And he puts a hand on Montblanc's the arm that has the chain wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see the protective kind of shell
Come on.
drop from around him as Shield of Faith goes down, you see this slight pink glow kind of wrap around the chains and go up
Magic
as he
weapon?
casts magic weapon.
Yes! Okay,
Nice.
cool. I don't have to use my Crimson
Alright.
Red and hurt myself.
No, you do not.
Ding ding.
I think you get a +1 on that too.
Yeah, it's +1 to attack and damage.
Yes.
So that's plus 9
and-
to hit. Cool.
And of the most important part is it is
Yeah.
a magic attack.
Oh, Thanks.
Thank me later. And he will then take because he has Montblanc between him and the thing,
Mhm.
and then he steps back and over a little bit, and then very quickly pulls off some energy in the shape of a bell and casts Toll the Dead.
Is Shield of Faith or is Magic Weapon a bonus
Magic weapon's a
action?
bonus action.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So that is a Wisdom save.
Yep. DC 14.
Okay. That is a 5 or a 12. Seems to have advantage. It has advantage on saving throws against magic, but it only rolls a 12, so it fails.
Cool. I'll roll some 12s of my own.
Oh, that's right.
What is
unfortunately, it's only 12 damage.
Unfortunately.
I wanted more.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, as you that
Greedy.
boom, and like you can see almost like a ripple go through its entire lightning form from like outward from where you are.
Nice.
Okay, and I believe that makes it Montblanc's turn.
Oh, here we go. Magical flail attack.
Yep. Yeah. You missed it the first. It looks like it's not even gonna like as you start to swing at it. It looks like it's not even gonna try and dodge you because it doesn't think you can hurt it.
So it's a d20 plus 9, and then for damage, the damage is also plus 1 now.
I think so. Yeah.
So d8 plus 8. Okay.
Nice. Plus d6 for hex. Don't forget hex.
That's right. Okay, so 16 to hit.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Whew. All right. Cool. 2 plus 8, so 10.
10
And then for hex,
plus hex.
3, so 13.
13. Okay. Yeah. So you swing in and you feel the flail connect with something in the middle. Like it passes through the lightning this time, and you can see the lightning almost like part around the flail as it comes in. And then you feel almost like a clank as your flail connects with something in the middle, and it just like the whole elemental like flashes in a series of motions. It seems the whole thing rotates. It's like standing on the ceiling for a second before it comes back down to where it is.
Well, bonus action. I'm gonna summon my tentacle right behind.
Oh,
you.
that's right. You don't have 2 attacks yet. That's right.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for level 5 Blood Hunter.
That's right.
So tentacle right behind it is a bonus action, and it's gonna attack as I summon it.
Okay, that does cold damage, right?
Correct, for a natural 20.
Whoo, nice. Okay.
So
all right.
cold damage. Would this was? I think hex would be applied to this. I don't think so, actually.
I think it's just all damage you do for hex. So I think so, actually.
I believe it should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you hit a target with an attack.
Yep. So yeah, hex works.
Oh.
So roll damage. Roll
That's
cold
also
and
be
hex.
Doubled for hex too.
Yep.
Oh. I don't get to use my one feature that I have because this was not me. This is my tentacle doing it. All right. So that's 11 cold damage.
Okay. That is real good.
4 from hex.
Okay. Nice even number. Yeah. So you slam into it. It rotates around, and then the tentacle just comes up behind it and hits it. You can see that just like burst of cold energy come from behind.
And the tentacle is again fleshy and covered in eyeballs.
Yep.
Much like
anything else from you?
I saw of my patron under the water. No, that's it.
Okay, that'll bring us back to Princess.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Princess will try to step up and hit with field cutter.
All right, go ahead.
What was that? That is a 2. I was like, was that a 20? No, it's a 2. So that's an 8 to hit. I don't think that hits.
An 8 does not hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Offhand?
Lovely. Huh?
Offhand?
Well, you're. Oh, that's right. I forget. You multi-class. You also don't have off. But yeah, you can bonus action attack with the offhand. It's a double weapon.
It is. I can do that. You're so correct. Yeah. So yeah. Then.
Okay.
Try to do that. Wait a second. I want to check something on that.
Okay.
You may have better options.
I've got a flail.
Okay, because I was wondering if it was like, if I had to make a hit if I am allowed to do that,
No.
but no, I don't have to make a hit. Okay. That's a natural one. This is not happening today.
Boy.
It's not happening today.
All right. Okay. That'll make it its turn. It's gonna try and go for Montblanc again because not only does it seem very upset with him, but he just hit.
I got a lot of hit points.
Yeah. So that's right, you do.
75.
Jesus.
That's a crit.
Well, because I took the tough feat at level 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good. You'll need it.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't feel bad about this anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I have 75 hit points at level 5.
All right. Yeah, that's 28 points of lightning
yeah,
damage.
I'm fine.
Just was
I
a
want to
crack of
just
thunder.
grit my teeth slightly and not even show that I'm whatever.
You like slide back a little bit from the burst of energy, and then it's gonna go again for a second attack.
Yeah, go for it. Another natural 20.
Which that one's a 10. That one's a 10. So yeah, it blasts you back. It like it does. I will say that it swings like it expected you to stagger back more on the second one. Like the follow up was like predicting that you would step back, but you didn't. So it's like off center and it's easy to dodge.
For fun?
No, because it's made of lightning.
Yeah.
No,
I'll take damage.
Then it just does damage to you.
Whatever. Okay.
That'll bring us to Yulyanya's turn.
All right, Yule's gonna keep doing what's been working. So she throws a radiant sunbolt after getting a good place, but shoot, I don't know if that's gonna hit. 13.
That does hit.
Oh, this thing's got
All right.
pretty low AC.
And again, oof, that one does not hit. It's gonna be a 10.
That hits.
That hits.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
man.
I have plenty of key points to spend, so I'm gonna spend another.
All right, 2 more attacks.
Monks.
Please tell me I'm not crazy, but like an 8 doesn't hit.
An 8 hits. Oh wait, no, 8 does not hit. 8 does not hit.
There's
no
no
way.
way. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so
no
sorry,
way.
8 just
Okay.
missed. An 8 just missed.
Okay,
An 8 does
first
not
one
hit. No.
is
Yeah.
eight.
Oh.
Oh,
So that
I
one
get to
doesn't-
re-roll this one. Yule's running out of steam.
Nice.
Okay,
I should play a monk.
They're fun.
23.
That absolutely hits.
Turtle monk.
All right,
Monks
so
are
she kind of
Turtle.
she hits
Turtle.
2 baby ones, but then she's kind of like scurrying around Montblanc to like get an actual good
Mhm.
solid hit. She misses one and then she lands it.
Okay, so 3
So
attacks hit.
let's-
So roll.
Yeah, do those damage.
I did play a
D6.
Turtle monk before.
All right, we
Yeah.
got a 7,
Okay.
a 4,
Okay.
and another 7.
Nice. Okay, yeah. The lightning, there's like more space in the lightning. It seems to be a little bit more erratic now as it's like flickering around. But it is still up. That'll bring us to Tedros.
All right.
Time for Meteor Swarm.
I couldn't I?
Just do it.
But no. He is instead. Is he going to? I don't think I have that prepared. I don't even have that prepared. No, I don't. But what I actually do always have prepared is he always has magic missile prepared.
Yes.
Nice.
And he again lets the energy course down his arm and then hurls off the feathers. And they come in, and he'll cast it. He'll cast that second level.
Okay.
So 4 missiles.
Nice.
That's a fun spell to cast on people who are making death saves.
Evil.
I know.
Every day as a DM, I have that struggle. Ooh, okay. So that is 2 damage for the 4, so 8 total.
8 total damage. Okay.
Nice.
Looking terrible as we come to Monty's turn.
Fantastic.
Or unless you had a bonus action you wanted to do anything.
Bonus action, hope and pray for Montblanc success.
Montblanc, go ahead.
Let's go with the tentacle first.
Okay.
I think I can do that just as a bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 plus 5.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. For 7 cold,
Okay.
3 necrotic,
All right.
and in with the flail.
All right.
Okay. 4 plus 8.
Yeah, that hits.
Wow. 9 bludgeoning. Yeah, right now the least amount of damage I can do with my flail is 9, and then 3 from Hex.
How would Montblanc like to finish off this creature?
Just scatter it. Like it's static electricity. Yeah.
All right. Well, so you swing in, or like, which direction do you swing the flail in?
On top of its head.
Just straight down?
Yeah.
Okay, so you swing it down, and as it comes down and connects, it's like the lightning all of a sudden just stops and turns off, and it's like, for a second, all of your vision has to adjust because like it's like someone just turned off the lights. Like even though Tedros has light on still,
Hey, who turned off the lights?
it's
Yeah.
like someone just turned off the lights and your vision has to adjust. And as you do that, you just hear like a clank, clatter, 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 clatter. Something like hits the ground like not your flail, but something hits metallic, hits the ground, and like clatters across the floor. And then as your vision adjusts, you look around, you shine the torch around, you see crushed and crumpled. You can see what looks like Tedros, you would be the best one to probably identify this just as it's kind of crushed and crumpled and bent out of shape. It looks like a spine and a set of ribs, and with like shoulder joints and like just like almost like the torso of a skeleton, but made entirely out of this like brassy gold metal, with all of the like connective bits, like the spaces between the vertebrae and like anywhere place where there would be like connecting the like metal bones together is made out of that like same 5-colored material as like the room is. And it looks like, and you can see that like as it hits the ground, there's just like light and energy from it that just fades into darkness as it goes inert.
And it's a full-size skeleton.
Yeah, but it's not the whole skeleton. It's just like the torso. But it's like the rib cage and spine and like clavicle and shoulders, but that's it.
Okay.
It looks like that was like generating the lightning around it.
Okay. And he'll take out some paper and start making notes about what's here.
Okay.
And just looking at it, and he's like, is that some of the same stone in the joints? I don't.
Yule walks over to look closer.
You think we should bring it along? Like, just take it? Yeah.
We could, sure. Well, can you fit it in your bag? Because I don't know how people are going to react if it looks like we're carrying around
a metal skeleton. Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to look like it's a metal skeleton from far away. It look like we just exhumed half of somebody.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Monty, I don't want a hat made out of this one.
No. Yeah, maybe we just leave it.
I don't know if I want to. Oh, okay.
Or at least break a piece off of it.
The door too.
No, don't. Please, let's.
It's already crumpled. You can see that like it's dented and crumpled from all the hits that it took.
It's like
can I just like
human
crumple it?
sized,
It's
right?
brass. Can I just like crumple it some more to like make it portable?
No, what are you doing?
Do you?
No, if Tedros says no, then no.
Okay, you can pick it up though. It's very light.
It's very light.
Oh, well, I mean,
Well,
I'm sure.
what if we put like a cloak over it?
Just carry it around. We can have Bernie's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have one in my bag.
I'm sorry, aren't we going deeper in?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
curious.
Yeah, but
We can leave it here for now and discuss it on our way out.
I don't like that, leaving it here. You know, anything could happen.
Well, we're
we don't
going
know what's down here.
further in, right?
Yeah, but we don't know what else is down here. Something else might, and this could be useful, potentially.
Or it
What
also
if we just strap it to Monty's back?
like a backpack.
sure. Yeah, have fun with it.
It's
Not too
human
much
sized,
fun.
but
Just be
smaller
careful,
than Monty,
okay?
right?
Oh yeah. Well, as you figure out what to do with the sentry that you encountered and look forward into continuing into what apparently looks like a dungeon, that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
As we end it, he is definitely turning into a backpack.
Okay, just put it in your backpack. All right.
That's a
Add.
backpack. Just strap it to my back.
Just strap it to your back. Okay. Well, add lightning sentry skeleton to your inventory.
How much does it weigh?
Probably like 5 pounds.
Oh, nothing.
It like the bones feel hollow. It's like this thing was. It's like it feels like this thing is made of aluminum.
Okay. Lightning sentry skeleton. Okay.
All right. And that's where we're gonna end. We will pick up with that again in 2 weeks, since next week we are taking off, as we said at the beginning.
Darn.
So you'll find out what the deal is with that in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
Continue onward. So, see y'all then. Have an excellent rest of your Sunday, everybody. I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.